Everybody to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It is going to be the start of week 12 in less than 10 minutes, man. And we got a heck of a game for you. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills going up against the Houston Texans, man. One of the best defenses in the NFL, talking about Houston, going up against one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL in the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills, man, they are coming off a heck of a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just a few days ago. And Josh Allen not scoring one, not scoring two, three, four, five, but six touchdowns in that Buccaneers win. Three on the ground, three through the air. And holy cow, man, if Josh Allen and this offense can keep it going, it's going to be a tough one for this really good Texans team. And for the Texans, man, once again, for the third straight week in a row, C.J. Stroud still out with that concussion. So we're going to get a healthy dose of Davis Mills. But not to worry, man. Davis Mills he's been running this offense pretty darn well, man. The receivers are making plays. The tight ends are making plays. And that running game still not picking up massive chunks of yardage, but they are being steady enough to be able to keep the Texans not only in the game, but winning games as well. So something to look out for. All right, man. And we got Captain. The poll says 75 Bills. Woo. People are favoring the Bills tonight. And I mean, it's tough to argue with it. Obviously, the Texans coming in at 5-5, kind of in that obviously 500. But the Bills, man, even though they have a 7-3 record, that is actually one more loss than they had a season ago at the same time. I believe they started out 8-2 through their first 10 games last year. So obviously 7-3, but the last couple weeks, man, the bye week for them has done well. They've gotten healthy in some spots, and we'll talk about their injuries in this game, some significant ones for the Buffalo Bills. But that offense seems to be kind of finding its balance a little bit. The running game is not as strong as it once was, but Josh Allen, once again, making up some of that for them tonight and the last couple of weeks. But for the Houston Texans, man, one of the best defenses in the NFL, and we'll look at the stats here in a moment. All right. Whew. All right, looks like the teams are taking the field here, so we'll be getting started in about 7 minutes for this game. Let's see here. All right, we got 2 people watching. Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's bring up the offensive stats right away here so we can kind of talk about those. Captain, only the Bills out this evening. Gotcha. Right on, my man. Captain, how you doing? Hopefully your week's going out well. Stephanie Bradley, what's going on? Hoping James Cook cooks tonight. Got him on my fantasy. Hey, let's go, James Cook. I actually have Josh Allen on my fantasy as well. So hopefully, Stephanie, the Bills can start cooking on offense for both of us. But welcome. Stephanie, who's your team? Are you a Buffalo fan or are you just kind of a James Cook fan tonight? Let me know. But welcome. All right. So these are the offensive stats. These are kind of where these teams rank. So when it comes to the Bills, they are ranked 4th in the pass right now, putting up over 240 yards per game. And then if you look at that running game, 148, that is good for number 1 in the NFL. They are one of the best running teams. They are the best running team, I should say, in the NFL right now. So definitely something to look out for. James Cooks could have a big night. And then right here, turnovers, not too bad. 7 interceptions, but I feel like Allen has kind of cleaned that up over the last couple weeks here. Captain, wherever the Bills end up tonight, they play Rodgers next week. Should be a good matchup, man. The Steelers defense looking a little bit better, and that Steelers offense could be upward trajectory for them. But anyway, continuing, the Bills not giving up too many turnovers, only 12. That's good for 8th in the NFL. And then finally, this is something to look out for right here. The amount of touchdowns that this Bills offense has been able to put up is insane. 18 passing touchdowns. I think they're one of the few teams in the NFL that is not only ranked in the top 10, but also in the top 5 that actually has more rushing touchdowns than they do passing touchdowns. So 37 touchdowns on the offense for the whole season. That is good for number 2 in the NFL, man. This team can put up points. And that's something very interesting because the Texans, when we look at their defensive numbers, it's going to be one of these is going to have to give tonight. And then finally, when it comes to scoring rate, that is how many offensive drives are these teams scoring, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Right now, the Bills are ranked 4th in the NFL, putting up points on 47% of their offensive drives this season. All right. Now for the Houston Texans, some of these numbers are going to be a little wonky, but starting up here, ranked 24th, putting up over 220 through the air. And then finally, running attack has been a big issue. They started out with Nick Chubb. Did not work out. They turned over to the younger running back in Marks, and so far it's been kind of the same stuff. Not only are they barely over 105 yards on the season, but they're not really getting those chunk plays to get them in great third or even second down position. They've been having to rely on the quarterback quite a bit to be everything for this offense. So ranked 23rd in the run. And then finally, turnovers. Not too bad. Only 9 turnovers this season. I think the ranking on this one might be off here, so don't worry about the 13th. I believe that they are actually somewhere in the top 10 in terms of how many turnovers they have on offense. Finally, when it comes to touchdowns, only 19. 14 passes, only 5 on the ground. Once again, that running game not very reliable for the Texans. That is 26th in the NFL. And then finally, when it comes to points, scoring drives, only 41%. That is smack dab in the middle of the NFL. So yeah, I think that running that touchdown ranking might be a little the turnover ranking for the Texans might be a little off. That's on me. I will get that number fixed here in a little bit. All right, the game is going to be started in about 2-ish minutes here. So just enough time to talk about the defensive rankings for these teams. All right, starting with the Buffalo Bills, they are giving up just under 170 through the air. That is good for second in the NFL. One of the best defenses against the pass. And we got the bots in here. Oh, boy. All right, keeping it going here. This is going to be something interesting right here. One of the worst offenses running the ball, the Houston Texans, going up against the second worst defense at stopping the run. The Bills giving up over 150 yards on the ground. That is second to last in the NFL. Something to watch out for in this game. We'll see if the Texans can finally get that running game going for them. And then when it comes to turnovers, 9th, they have 6 fumbles, 7 interceptions. So something to look out for. Not too many turnovers for these teams. And then finally, the last 2 stats here. 27 touchdowns given up by this Buffalo defense, 10 through the air, 17 on the ground, man. So just to kind of correlate with their ranking in terms of rushing yards. And then finally, this final stat right here on the bottom is actually pressures. This encapsulates sacks, hurries, and hits on the quarterback all into one stat. Right now, every single drop back to the opposing offenses against this Bills defense, they're coming away with some type of pressure on 26% of those dropbacks. That is 4th in the NFL. So Davis Mills might be running for his life today. And then finally for the Texans, their defensive rankings, very different than their offense. They are ranked 3rd against the pass, only giving up 171. 3rd in the run, giving up less than 90. Turnovers, they are ranked 5th with 16 turnovers this season, including 10 interceptions. When it comes to giving up touchdowns, one of the best in the NFL. Only 18 touchdowns given up, 10 through the air, 8 on the ground. And then finally, the biggest one that actually is going to be maybe an indicator, only 19% in terms of pressuring the quarterback. Once again, that encapsulate sacks, pressures, and hurries or knockdowns against the opposing quarterback. So only ranked 23rd. So Josh Allen might be able to make something happen tonight. All right. Kick is away. And it looks like the Texans will start with the ball. They catch it inside the 5 to the 20. And he's going to be brought down at the 22. All right, but if you're just joining us, welcome, man. We do a lot of games on the channel, man. Usually we're averaging about 5 games per week. So if that's something you're interested in, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the video, helps out the channel, and it's a great free way to support this, man. So thank you. All right, 1st and 10. Mills in the shotgun, rolling out to his left. Tries to get it out to his tight end, and that'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for Houston. Captain McCole Hardman, injury calf. Injury, Keon Coleman, yeah, he's going to be out. Curtis Samuel is out, as well as Dalton Kincaid. So yeah, basically half of the top 6 targets for Josh Allen are going to be out of this game. Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, and their starting tight end, Dalton Kincaid, are out for this game. All right. Mills in the shotgun, hands it off to his running back, and it's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 there. And a captain, thank you for the update, my man. Appreciate you. Do you notice Bass on the Bills bench? Not yet, but likely we will be seeing him here in a little bit. No, it's good to see Bass healthy, man. He's been out for a while. All right, 5 receiver set. Mills dropping back, throws to the right, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to the rookie Higgins. And Higgins out of Iowa State there. The Cyclone. Woo! And that is Joey Bosa from the right side, able to get a little bit of pressure on Davis Mills, forcing him to kind of throw that ball a little bit sooner than he would have liked. Once again, the Bills defense ranked 4th in pressures this season. All right, so it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Texans. Punted away, and it's going to be caught around the 30, and Shakir returns it near the 35. And we do have a flag down already. It's actually going to be holding on the Bills, so that'll be moving on back. Yeah, Josh Allen, man, 10 rushing touchdowns this season, man. That is freaking wild. Total of 28 touchdowns for him. That is the most in the NFL for any quarterback. All right, we got 13:55 here in the first. Josh under center. Single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Cooks with the handoff to the right. He's got some space, and he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 down near the 23. David Stegosaurus. I made it. All hail the true AFC overlord, New England Patriots. New England Patriots. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. There's going to be some Bills fans not happy with you, man. Better be careful. Bills Mafia might be coming for you. All right. 2nd and 6. Josh under center. Little play action. Roll into his right. delivers a throw and in and out of the hands of Dawson Knox, who will be the starting tight end for the Bills today, as Dalton Kincaid is out with an injury. I mean, if you're Kincaid, man, you gotta catch that one. He might have stepped out of bounds actually. All right, we got 3rd and 6. Play clock is down to 4. Josh in the shotgun takes the snap, looking, throws, and I think they're gonna mark Shakir about half a yard shy, but there is a flag on the field. Oh boy, man, the bats are out in force today. All right. All right, so we got 4th and about half a yard coming up. The Bills are staying on the field here. And captain, Texans, CJ Stroud, Braxton Berrios, Damian Clark, Jamal Hill, and Laken Tomlinson are the inactives. And Josh springs across the line of scrimmage and picks up a first down. Dude, Josh literally flew over the defensive line. Holy cow, man. Picks up about 3 on that leap. I don't think I've ever seen somebody jump that high. Oh, that's why. Okay, he got pushed. Almost fumbled the ball there, too. Ooh. All right, it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 31 for the Bills. Josh under center, hands it off to Cooks, and he picks up about a yard on the play. Yeah, Houston's defense, man, they are playing well. Once again, they are ranked 3rd against the pass, 3rd against the run. They're giving up less than 90 yards on the ground this season, while the Bills are the best running offense in the NFL with 150. So one of those is going to have to give today. All right, 2nd and 10. Josh in the shotgun, running back behind him, receiver in motion, looking, throws it to Cooks on the left side, and he's got some room, makes a man miss, and he picks up about a yard, maybe 2. Down to the 33. 3rd down coming up. All right, there we go. David, that was a wild, sneaky sneak. Yeah, that one. Whew. I was wondering. I was like, I just kind of saw Josh. I didn't see the guy behind him. I think it was Gilliam who, give him a little bit of a tush push. All right, we got 3rd and 8. Quick throw to the outside, gets it out to his running back. I believe that is Ty Johnson, and he gets a first down along the right sideline. And the Bills offense keep in it going here, man. Converting on 3rd down for the first time on this drive. And captain. Let me see. We got Josh Marcus is also out for the Bills, and Chase Lunt. Okay, right on. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 46 here. Josh under center. Play action. Throws to the left. He's got Dawson Knox. He's across the 50, and he's going to be out of bounds near the 45 of Houston. Nice little bootleg there and finding Knox running a shallow towards the left sideline. All right, we got second and inches, ball at the 44. Josh under center, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and incomplete, trying to get it out to Palmer. Looks like he was running a dig route towards the left sideline. Yeah, so far this drive, man, only 36 yards, but they have already run 9 plays. This is going to be their 10th on third and inches here. Hands it off to Cooks, trying to find some room. He does, and he breaks loose. Cooks to the 20. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Buffalo. Woo! Oh, boy. And the Bills on third and inches from the 44. They hand it off to Cooks, and he breaks through the line. I don't think he was touched. Barely. Somebody got an arm on him right at the line of scrimmage, but after that, it was just a foot race to the end zone, and no one was going to catch Cooks on that one. So, and the kick is no good. And that is Matt Prater missing the extra point. David with Buffaloes in the chat, stampeding to the end zone. All right, we got 9-11 in the first quarter, and the Bills on the board first. They did miss the extra point, so it'll be a 6-point lead for the Buffalo Bills. Dave, Tyler Bass kicked an 85 field goal during practice with the backup, Mitchell Trubisky. Are you sure it's 85, man? That is, that is what, 17 yards longer than I think the NFL record is? You might have to double check that, Captain. I don't know. 85 yards? I don't think I've ever heard of anybody even making that in practice. I've heard like 70, 75 almost, but never 85. Yep, 85. Okay. Right on, man. I mean, if Bass is making those, man, they better put him. They might as well just put him on now. I don't know. I think that was Matt Prater on the extra point. So. Okay. Maybe there was a strong tailwind, or they put a jetpack on the ball. See, man, I don't know why they don't put the jetpack during the game, man. Just saying. Just saying. Which colors is Bills red or the NFL white for their dark blue? Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I saw the Texans were wearing their dark red, so this is the Houston Texans and this is the Bills. To the 20, 25, 30. Great return by Noel, and he'll get it across the 40 down near the 41. And Houston going to have great field position here. All right, we got 1st and 10 here for the Texans. Mills under center, tight end, running back in the backfield. Hands off to Will Marks. He's got some room, and he picks up about 7 yards there. Actually, no, sorry, that's not Marks. That's actually Nick Chubb with a nice gain of 7. Yeah, over the last 2 games, man, the Buffalo defense giving up over 399 yards on the ground. I was asking what jersey is Allen wearing tonight. I believe it's the white. He's wearing the mostly white jersey. It's gonna be another run up the middle, and Chubb picks up about 3 or 4 yards and a first down for the Houston Texans. Man, they are in Bills territory. All right, 1st and 10. Play action, rolling out to his right, and he gets it to Higgins, and that's going to be a first down for Houston again. Yeah, man, Higgins has been coming on the last couple, I would say the last couple of weeks for sure. He's still very much the number 2. The Nico Collins is number 1. But I think the rookie is really starting to find his rhythm with Davis Mills especially. That's a heck of a throw there by Mills. Pressure in his face, kind of being pursued, rolling out to his right, and then delivering a great throw on the shallow cross there to Higgins. All right, so we got 1st and 10, ball at the 37 of Buffalo. Play action. Mills looking, throws to the left, and that's going to be incomplete. Second down coming up. Let me see here. Captain, if Bass isn't here tonight, it's scheduled to kick next week in Pittsburgh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Bass is active. I double checked, and he is not on the active roster. Looks like he's still on IR at the very least. All right, Mills under center, hands it off to his running back. He's got room. He's to the 30. It's going to be another first down for Houston, down near the 26. And now this one was Woody Marks with a nice little run there towards the left. That's a great job by Houston's offensive line, man, just pushing everybody to the left. Marks found a gap there, and then he actually made a man miss there in the hole, so great job. 1st and 10, ball just shy of the 25. Pitch to the right. He's got some room. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and taken down at the 6. Woody Marks with a great run, picking up nearly 20 yards on the ground. He's off IR. Remember, he's just probably watching the game with the Bills. Throw a pick six. Throw a pick six. Double check, Captain, because ESPN is saying that he's still on IR. And when I Googled as well, they're saying that he's not on the active roster. All right, 1st and goal. Handoff. And the Bills stop it up right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and goal coming up. And that was Greg Russo going one-on-one with the running back and then bringing him down. David, what's with the cattle in Texas would want? Yeah, man, I think I heard that once they get a pick six, all the cattle in Texas start mooing at the same time in solidarity. 2nd and goal. Mills throws to the right, and he just misses Knoll there for what probably might have gotten them into the end zone. It would have been close. All right, 3rd and goal from the 6 here. Davis Mills in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Looking, throws to the left, and incomplete. Bills defense, man, holding up here. Yeah, he was trying to get it out to the former Arizona Cardinal there, Christian Kirk. Goes right through his hands, man. That was a good throw by Davis Mills. All right, we got Kaimi Fairbairn in for this 24-yarder, and the kick is good. Houston able to cut the lead down to just 3 with 4:32 left in the game. Sorry, 4:32 left in the first quarter. And Captain. All right, we got some cattle in the chat, man. Let's go. Oops. Oops. All right. Bills catching it right at the goal line to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and taken down near the 23. We do have a flag on the play here. Let me see here. Captain, you're right. Bass is on IR, but he's at the game, though, because he's not listed out. Oh, okay. It's all good, man. Let me see here. David. Dave, do you have Allen as QB on your fantasy this week? I do. I do. He was a little bit of a risky kind of play. Like he has a good floor. You know, he's I think his worst game this season was like 13, maybe 14 points. But he probably won't be scoring. I think last week he scored like 43 points for me. I very much doubt he's going to be putting up those kinds of numbers, but hopefully he can give me at least somewhere around 20. So we shouldn't root for him to throw a pick six then. Eh. I mean, if he runs for like 7 touchdowns today, he can throw a pick six. I wouldn't, just for the benefit of the chat. You know, I think that's a fair trade. You know, he runs it in for 7 touchdowns, but he throws a pick six. I'll take it. All right, it was a run to the right, only picked up about 6 yards there, so a decent one. So we got 2nd and 4, ball at the 17. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw to Shakir and taken down for a loss of about 2. Trying to set up the old bubble screen there on the left, but Houston said nah, nah. Let me see here. What is going on? So they stopped play because they took Shakir off the field as the independent neurologist is going to try to, or is taking him into the blue tent to be evaluated for a concussion. So, and he did get hit a little bit on that last play. So yeah, so that's why there was a little bit of a pause in between these plays here. So they're already without Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid. I mean, that's already 2 of your top 3 targets on this offense. Tack on that you're out with Curtis Samuel. Shakir, they better hope he can come back into this game. Otherwise, Josh is going to be heavily relying, I think, on his running backs. 3rd and 6, ball at the 16. Josh looking, throws as he's hit, and he gets taken. Oh, no. Oh, no. And Josh is writhing in pain on the ground. His left. Oh, boy. He was about to wind up for a throw, and he gets hit from behind, and he landed very, very awkwardly. I think it's his left hand. It's not his throwing hand, but I'm not sure. Ooh. Yeah, so when he landed, his helmet landed right on his left hand, or his wrist. All right, so he's walking off the field. Oof, that looked bad for a second there. Holy cow! Let me see here. Captain injury Buffalo timeout. Dave Buffalo took a timeout. Gotcha. Let's check it out. Boom. Timeout gone. Steve, what's going on, Steve? How you doing tonight, my man? Come on, Texans, make Texas proud of you. Oh, I was looking at his knee, didn't see the hand thing. Popsicles. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. And the punt is away, and it'll be down near the 35. All right, well, the good news is he's not in the blue tent. He's on the bench, so maybe it was just one of those where it felt worse than it might have looked. Initially, at least. So. All right, Captain Ellen just sat on the bench with help from his staff. Yep. So I guarantee you they'll be looking at his wrist or his hand, whatever it was. But the fact that he's on the bench, hopefully that is a good thing. Because usually with the bigger injuries, they usually take him into the blue tent right away. Spray some Windex on his hand, he'll clean right off. There you go, man. I always heard, man, Windex has that healing property, man. I don't know if you're Dragon Ball Z fans, but you know that blue liquid that they put in Goku when he's in Namek? Same thing. Same thing. The Bills will depart at 5 a.m. Friday morning from Houston International Airport. Oof. That's an early wake up call, but I guess the earlier you can get home, the better. All right, David, when I think blue liquid, I think UV blue vodka. Never had it. I've always seen the bottle, but anytime I was like thinking about it, I always get reminded of like what people tell me it's not very good. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's alcohol, you know. All right. Well, the good news is Josh is just chilling on the bench. No trainers, no staff, nothing. So it must not be a serious anything. So 1st and 10 for the Texans. Run up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 for Houston. All right, we got 2:30 left in the first. The clock is running. 2:25, 2:24, 2:23, 2:22. 221, 220, 219, 218, if you want to sync this game up with us. Yeah, I'm trying to think here, man. Blue vodka. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it, man. I don't know. Davis Mills alone in the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws to his right, and he's got a man wide open, but he overthrows it. Mills laying on his back there, took a hit. That's why that ball had to kind of get out a little bit quicker than he probably would have liked. Yeah, the Bills coming into this game, they are ranked 4th in quarterback pressures. That accounts for sacks, hurries, and like the case here, knockdowns. So they are putting some decent pressure on quarterbacks this season. So far, Davis Mills 1 for 7 on the night. 3rd and 6. Mills in the shotgun, running back to his right. Throws to the left, and he's got his man. Did he keep both feet in bounds? And they're saying no. One. Nope. Second foot did not stay in bounds, man. Rookies got to learn, man. It's not like college. You got to get both toes in bounds. Oh. David, yeah, all the haters can stay away from it and leave more for me. There you go. There you go. It's like I'm a big oatmeal cookies fan. Nobody likes it, but it's okay. That just means there's more oatmeal cookies for me, man. All right. Unfortunately for the Texans, a quick 3 and out. They're punting it away, and it's going to be fair. Nope. Woo! What a punt. It lands right at the 1 and then bounces slightly forward, but still inside the 5, man. That is a heck of a freaking punt by Townsend. Yeah, landed right at the 1, and then I think it might have been stopped at around the 5. It's a heck of a punt. All right, Captain, sorry, 12 in the morning, and it gets them home by 4. Oh, gotcha. Oh, so they leave pretty soon after this game then. Okay. David, General Mills, Mr. Cereal. Yeah, man, he's struggling. He is 1 for 8. Yeah, right now that cereal dry as heck. Dry. Oh, let's go, man. We got 5 people watching right now. Let's go. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hope you guys are having a good night. All right, 1st and 10 from the 5. Josh Allen is in under center. Hands it off to Cooks, patiently waiting, and he picks up about 2. Yeah, the guy that laid the hit on Allen on the previous drive to force a punt there, that was Will Anderson, I believe the 2nd overall pick, right? Or the 3rd overall pick back in 2023. All right, we got 2nd and 9, ball at the 6. Josh dropping back in the end zone, throws to the left. He's got a man wide open across the 25 and gets down near the 27. And that was the practice squad player, Gabe Davis, man. He left Buffalo in 2023. He spent a season with Jacksonville, and now he is back with the Bills here. Elevated this week because of the injuries. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Cook's got some room, and he picks up about 6 down near the 35. Captain Tracy said they wrapped Allen's exposed shoulder. Oh, his shoulder, huh? Okay. All right, that final play is going to take us to the 2nd quarter here, man. Bills still up 6-3. They scored a touchdown. They mixed the extra point. The Houston Texans able to respond with a field goal, but that has been it, man. Both of these defenses kind of holding the offenses in check early in this game. Bills really haven't been able to run the ball. The biggest play for them was a 44-yard run by James Cooks. That was when they scored that touchdown. Outside of that, man, Cooks has not had a whole lot of room to run. Yeah, let's look. Right now, Josh, 6 of 8, 49 yards. James Cook, 6 for 62, but 45 of that has come on one carry there. So he's basically 5 for 17 on the other ones. Captain, you mean James Cooks, right? What? Oh, did I say something else? My bad, man. My bad. Oh, James Cookie. James Cookie? Oatmeal Cookie? James Oatmeal Cookie? All right, Steve. Wait, Texans record is 5-5. What the F? I thought they were like the Jets in Cleveland. Go Texans. Don't let the Bills win this one. The Texans did start out really, really rough. I think they were winless through the first 3 games of the season, I think. Let me see here. So, yeah, they lost to the Rams. They lost to the Buccaneers. They lost to the Jags. So, yeah, they started out 0-3. Then they went on a 2-game winning streak, or two-game win streak there. They beat the Titans, the Ravens. Then they lost to the Seahawks, beat the 49ers. So, yeah, they've been pretty good. Since that 0-3 start, they've gone 5-2. So, they've been playing a lot better. It's just they put themselves in a hole early this season. Isn't he James Cooks the third, which kind of looks like Cookie? So it works. Yeah. I think it's actually just James Cook the third, not Cooks. Cook. Yeah, he's not Cooks. He's Cookie. All right. 2nd and 4. Allen rolling out to his right, finds Dawson Knox for a first down, and he is out of bounds after a pickup of about 7 or 8 there. All right, we got Josh under center. Hands it off to Cooks, who's bouncing it to the right. He's across the 50, down to the 44 before going out of bounds. Nice, man. The handoff was going to the left, but he saw nothing there. Cut across the field, found some space there to the right. And once again, picked up another first down, and they are in Houston territory. David, my bad. I meant to disrespect, but I didn't. I meant no disrespect. Hey, there's no disrespect taken, man. And it's going to be a throw to the left, trying to set up a screen, and that goes nowhere, man. I believe that was Rondell Moore. Might have lost 2 yards. I offer a piece of cheese as payment for the transgression. What kind of cheese? We're talking Kobe, talking cheddar, American slice. Depends, man. It depends. Pepper jack? Is it pepper jack? Come on, man. A little spice. Captain Mark Vandermark is in for Shakir. Oh no, Mark Vandermark is a tackle. He's an offensive lineman. He's in for Deion Dawkins, I believe. I believe Dawkins. We just saw him on the sidelines. He was in the blue tent. 2nd and 13, ball at the 47. And it's going to be a catch by Palmer. And that's going to be 3rd and about 4 coming up here. All right, we got 3rd and 3, ball at the 37-yard line of Houston. Josh under center. Play action. Throws it to the right side, and Shakir only picks up about a yard on the play. 4th down coming up. That was a heck of a play there. Houston able to get to the flat route there in time to bring him down for a minimal gain. Captain, yes, you're right. All good. Yay. Yeah, I was going to say, Vandermark, you look like a big boy. You look like a big boy. All right. Bills are staying on the field here on 4th and 2. Once again, ball at the 37. Takes the snap. Josh looking to his left. He's got a man, and that is Ty Johnson for a big, big catch along the left sideline and a big 1st down. Woo! And I think that's going to be somewhere around the 22. Check it out. Oh, actually, sorry. Down near the 16 in the red zone against this Houston defense. Handoff. And that goes nowhere, man. It was the big man over the middle, Settle, able to bring him down for a loss of about 2. Yeah, Settle said, settle down. Settle down, baby. Now, we ain't doing that running stuff against this defense, he said. His right or left? Oh, no, I think it's I think who is on second, what's on third. All right, 2nd and 12. Josh in the shotgun. Looking, pressured, and down he goes back at the 29. Actually, sorry, that might be at the 25, sorry. 24. Apparently I got a little excited there. I'm just tacking on yards to this sack. Dude, Will Anderson, man, just absolutely bullied Dawkins on that one. All right, 3rd and 22, ball at the 26. Josh looking, pressured, gets away from one. He's going to run and incomplete, trying to get it to Shakir underneath the coverage. And the Texans defense, man, holding Buffalo out of the end zone here. David, 3rd and 22. All right, Matt Prater in for this field goal. This one from 44. He missed the extra point earlier in this game. Kick is up, and it is good. Buffalo reestablishing a 6-point lead in this game. We got 9:35 left in the second quarter. see here. David, the scoring in this game is kind of lame, but I guess it's still early in the second quarter. Someone throw a pick six or something. Yeah, man, telling you, man. Primetime games, man, they've been kind of hit or miss over the last couple weeks. The first two, I would say, almost the first 2 months, almost. Freaking Thursday, Sunday, Monday, dude, they were all just great, great. Like not, and it's not just about scoring points. It was mostly just about like there would be a touchdown on the opening drive, then there would be a responding score, and then there would be a little bit of great defense, some turnovers, some sacks. But the last couple of weeks, man, it's been mostly defensive games, which I think are great. But having those consistently every single primetime game, it can get kind of boring, just a little bit. I like good defense. I prefer great defense, to be honest with you. I like that. It gets me more excited. But I don't know, man. Every once in a while, I like to see a couple touchdown drives back to back to back to back. Let me see here. Captain Purdy is back, Dave. Yes, he is, man. He played this past weekend, right? Brock Purdy played pretty well from what I could see, at least in terms of his numbers. David, I want pick sixes and spin moves. I know, man. We haven't gotten a whole lot of spin moves either, man. What the heck? All right. Houston catching it inside their own 5 to the 15 to the 20 and taken down at the 23. Yeah, Texans. Their field position has been kind of low, man. Definitely outside of the 30. I think they had that good return on their second or third drive, where Noah was able to get it down to the 41, and I don't think they scored anything on that one. All right, let's see what the Houston offense can do here. They really need to adjust. They need to get something going here. First and 10, Mills under center, single back in the backfield. They need to run the ball, man. Again, Buffalo ranked second to last against the run defensively. Oh, and he finds Nico Collins across the 45 down to the 47, and I think that might have been Nico's first catch of the day. And yes, it was. All right. First and 10, ball at the 47. Let me see here. Captain, have you checked your subs lately? I have not, actually. Mills running, stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to run for a gain of about 4. There is a late flag coming in. Right now, they have it at the 49. We'll see what the flag is. My subs are positioned in the South Atlantic and Northern Pacific. It's a good. Oh, that is definitely a face mask there on Deion Walker, the defensive lineman. So they're gonna get him for a face mask on Davis Mills. So yeah, man. In terms of subs, 137, man. Obviously, Tom Grassi helping us out hugely on the last stream there on Monday. We picked up a couple more. I think even after that, I think we picked up 1 or 2 more after that. So obviously, shout out to Tom there, man. Always helping us out. Always helping out everybody, to be honest with you, man. Tom's a good dude. Always appreciate the Grassi raids. All right, so after the face mask on the Bills, it'll be ball at the 33. Oh, it's going to be a nice little end around. He's got it to the 30, down to the 28. Houston picking up some decent yardage there on the trick play. David, that was a face mask, faux shizzle. Word, my dog. Word, word. All right, Mills under center here. 2nd and 5, ball at the 28. Looks, throws, lofts one to the right, and incomplete once again. Trying to get it to Jaden Higgins. Mills should have put a little extra juice on that one, but a little bit more height, and I think Higgins comes down with it. Oh, that was actually against Harrison. So rookie on a rookie there. And then Cap, love Tom Grassi. Haven't watched him in a while. Yeah, Tom is always good, man. He's got his stuff pretty. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. Little pitch up the middle there, and that's gonna pick up about 4 yards. So 4th and 1 coming up here. Seastrom, what's going on? Good morning. How you doing, my dude? Seastrom, I heard there was a raid on Monday. I think I missed that part of the stream. Yeah, that was a raid basically at halftime. Yeah. The old Grassi posse coming in to raid the channel for I think that's the 2nd time. So that was awesome, man. Always appreciate Tom. Always. It's gonna be a run up the middle. Woody Marks with some power, and that's a big conversion there on 4th and 1, picking up about 5 or 6 yards, and the Texans keeping it rolling. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like that was I always forget how long halftime is. It's usually about 12 to 14 minutes. It might have been 8 to 10 minutes into the halftime there. So Seastrom Tom Grassi, that's how I found your channel in the first place. Yeah, man. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, like I said, man, Tom is hold on, throw over the middle, and it's gonna be incomplete. Trying to get it to Schultz running down the left seam. It hit Pryor in the back, but it still bounced forward and gave Schultz a chance to bring it in. So 2nd and 10 coming up here. A heck of a job there by Marks, the running back, picking up a free blitzer coming through the B gap on the right side. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, man, I remember that. That was the Giants and Cowboys game. I think it was the week 5, I think, of the season. Another throw to the right and incomplete, trying to get it to Nico Collins, but we do have a flag on the play. So, but yeah, man, that was before that, I did not have a single sub on the channel, man. I think before Tom rated the channel last year, I think I was averaging 3 to 5 views throughout all my every single game. It was 2 views, 5 views. There wasn't a whole lot of traffic, which I understood. I think at that time I still didn't have the scoreboards up. There was no lights in the back. There was nothing. It was just my big old head there. So, but yeah. Seastrom, I think week 5. Yeah, there we go. Toss to the right. 1st and 10. Woo! Oh, it's going to reverse in field, run it to the left. Gets a blocker to the 10, to the 5, and that's going to be very close to a 1st down for the Houston Texans. They were trying to get a little end around to the right. Hutchinson found nothing. Reversed field. Davis Mills throwing a block for his receiver, and they're going to be inside the 5. We'll see if it's 1st and 10. That was a heck of a play there by Houston. Great adjustment. But yeah, man, no. Once again, I always appreciate Tom, man. Like I said, he got me my first 56 subscribers. Those, trust me, those numbers are burned into my brain at this point. Second and one from inside the five down to the four. Toss to the left and well marked, unable to get anything on that one. Third and one coming up. Let me see here. Captain flag on Ty Johnson. Something. Okay. But yeah, man, that was a big week for the channel. Seastrom, who do you think is winning this game? I picked Buffalo, but I don't think I'm feeling confident about it. So the big thing, so I think if the Houston Texans can get their passing game going, I think that's going to be big in what they if they're going to be able to come away with a win. Because right now, Davis Mills, man, before this drive, I think he was 1 of 9 in terms of completions. Like, that is not good. You're not going to be able to win games like that. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, right now, Mills, he is 3 for 12. But those 3 completions have gone for 38 yards. So when they connect, they're picking up over 10 yards per catch. Let me see here. In terms of running the ball, the Texans have 78 on the ground. So, but I think the Bills are going to win this one just because I think Josh Allen is that X factor. When you have an elite quarterback that can turn it on, that's gonna be the tiebreaker in my opinion. It's gonna be a run and picks up only about 2 or 3, but that is good enough for a first down for the Texans. So I think the Bills are gonna win, but I think the Texans are gonna keep it close. Yeah, I don't see the Bills scoring 44 points this week. I think it'll be I think whoever gets to 20. Whoever gets to 20 in this game, I think is going to win. All right, we got first and goal from the 2, Mills in the shotgun. Hands it off to Marks, and I think he's going to be picking up maybe about half a yard. Sorry, that was actually Nick Chubb. Yeah, the thing that has me concerned the most is that the Bills have not been able to throw the ball down the field. They're missing their number 1 tight end. They're missing arguably their second best receiver. And Mills over the middle, and he finds a man to the right side, and that's a Houston touchdown, baby. And the Houston Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead for the first time tonight. Yep. Able to find, I believe that is Christian Kirk on a nice little corner route there on the right side. Just wide open. Nobody went with him. So we got 3:47 left in the first half. Kaimi gets the extra point, and that gives the Texans the lead here late in the second. Captain, I see the sweat on Mills. Oh, yeah, man. He is peppered with sweat, man. I think being a backup, man, there's a lot of pressure on you, man. Because as soon as you start struggling, like we've seen, like once a team is willing to move off of their starting quarterback, like look at what happened to Cleveland. Once they moved on from Joe Flacco, how long did it take them to move on from Dylan Gabriel? What, like a month, maybe? Now we're going to see Shedeur Sanders getting his first start, man. Like once a team decides to move on, once they get to their backup, it's even a shorter leash than the starter, man. The starter, they'll give him especially if he's proven that he can play in the league, they'll give him a month or two to get going. But if you're a backup, if you start struggling for, 1 to 2 or 3 games, you're going to be gone. Whoa, Jesus. Got a lot of bots here, man. Holy cow. So, yeah, I think with Mills, and I feel like Mills is one of the better backups in the NFL, man, to be honest with you. I don't think Houston would be moving on from him too quickly if he was struggling for a little bit. But, yeah, the life of a backup in the NFL is it's at times very, very short-lived. Sorry, I'm just trying to remove all these bots. All right, we got Captain. I bet you Burrow isn't going to come back till week 16. Might be a bit. Might be a bit. Yeah, and like if I'm the Bengals, man, there's no reason to try to rush Joe Burrow into this. Like, if you got to wait until he's completely healthy, because like otherwise, if he's gonna get hurt again, all you're risking is not only the longevity of his career, but you're risking next year as well. Like, it's just not worth it. And speaking of backups that got benched, once again the Bengals, once they weren't really getting much out of their backup, man, they traded for Joe Flacco in a hurry. All right. Bills getting this one inside the 5, and it's going to be a decent return there by Davis. Captain, because if he does, that is the Bills will get a advantage to beat Cincy at home. Yeah. Yeah, I think even an injured Joe Burrow is probably better than a Joe Flacco at this point. I think Joe, like, and I mentioned it when he was still with Cleveland. I don't think he has the peak that he used to. At least he's not going to sustain him. But honestly, he played a lot better than I thought he would. 1st and 10, throw over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. Oh, we might get a pick 6 here. Stays on his feet to the 20, staying on his feet to the 15. He's got blockers to the 10, to the 5. Pick 6 for the Houston Texans. Let's go. We do have a flag on the field. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. And that is Bullock with a great return, but there is a flag on the field once again. Please don't take it away from us. No! Unbelievable. I mean, the Texans still get the interception, but we don't get a pick 6. That was a heck of a return too, man. Well, that's not good for my fantasy team, I'll tell you that much. Oh, my goodness. Captain, interception. Seastrom, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. David, woo! And if that gets called back, unfortunately, it looks like it is coming back. Houston does get the interception, but they do not get that pick 6. Dang it. Dang, Allen, my condolences to him. That's all right, man. He's got a beautiful wife waiting for him. Well, she's probably working too, so. But he's got a beautiful wife. He's fine. He's fine. Run to the right side, and woo! That is a heck of a response by the Bills defense there, dropping him for a loss of about 2 or 3. Geez, more interceptions than touchdown passes allowed on defense. That's nasty. Texans defense, man, no joke. Quick throw to the other side, and that's going to be Matt Milano dropping the running back for a big loss, man. Might have lost about 4 yards on the screen there. Captain Buffalo. Sorry, the Texans. Sorry, that's the cattle right there, man. Oh, this is a buffalo. See, I should read, but I was like pictures. Yeah. All right. So it is 3rd and 17. This Bills defense has responded very well. Davis Mills over the middle to the 30 and getting it down to the 25, and that is a good pickup of about, I would say, 12 yards. So that'll set up a field goal for the Houston Texans. Hi, Seastrom. Hi, good morning, David. There we go. Look at that. Introductions are always in order. All right, man. We're going to head to the 2-minute warning before they likely kick the field goal here. Let's freaking go, man. We got 7 people watching. Appreciate you. Thank you. If you're new to the channel or if you just joined us, please make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's a great free way to support us. But we do as many as 5 games per week on the channel. Next week, it might be one of the biggest weeks on the channel where there is a plan. I'll double check as we get closer to that week, but there's a good chance we're going to be doing 7 streams next week. I think we're going to be doing 3 on Thursday for Thanksgiving. There's potentially another 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday, and I'm going to try to see if I can get to Black Friday game. And if we do that Black Friday, there's actually going to be 8 games that we're going to do on the channel. So it's going to be a very busy week for me next week. So Seastrom, geez, I feel like I've been blindsided. All of a sudden, I'm hearing this week is about how good Texans defense is. I haven't heard a squat about it season until now. Yeah, man. A lot of streams. Absolutely, man. And we did, trying to remember how many streams we did last year. I think we did 6 or 7 last year for that Thanksgiving. I think. So, and I do have another announcement. They'll do it at halftime. I'm just wasn't sure exactly if it was going to happen. I think it will. But once again, it'll be talking about this week. So, no major announcement. There's nothing to be crazy about it, but so stay tuned. I promise it's not clickbait either. Yeah, it's not gonna be like, I might put out a new sweater. It's not gonna be like that. Seastrom, I'll be on and off on Thursday. I got a lot of family that live in town, so Thanksgiving ends up being 40 to 50. Oh no, you're all good. Trust me, you're all good, man. I don't expect a whole lot of people to, to be, watching. What is it, like 10 hours of football with me on that day? I understand. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, if you're anything like me, my family, that we're kind of doing ours this weekend, so there probably won't be, typically on Thursdays we don't really do it on the day. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well stream some games and hang out with some people that may not have family in town. So, and just like last year, I'll also have like, I'll be ordering some mashed potatoes and some macaroni that I'll have. So I'll be kind of in and out of eating, kind of, Don't worry, I'll eat away from the mic. That way you don't have an unpleasant experience. Captain, there's a game next Friday, Chicago Bears versus Eagles, Dave. If you didn't know that, I do. The only reason I may not be able to do that one, maybe it depends. I might be working. I typically work on Fridays. You got to pay the bills, man. You got to pay the bills. But if I'm not working that day, then I will be streaming that game, or if I get out early enough. All right, Bills catching this one inside the 5, across the 15 to the 20, 25. He's loose. Oh, he beats the. Oh, he's loose. Davis to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Buffalo. Wow, man. Kaimi Fairbairn was the final man, got juked out of his shoes, and Davis just running down the field, and the Bills on the board again. Wow. What a freaking final minute and a half we have seen, dude. In the last 90 seconds, we have seen an interception, a field goal, and now a kick returned for a touchdown. Holy cow. 143, and the kick is up, and it is good. And the Bills retake the lead by 6 here, man. And let me see here. Holy cow, we're missing. Seastrom doesn't mean I can't make it. Just might mean I'll have to be in and out. All depending on who's hosting. Oh, you're all good, my man. Trust me. I appreciate you. Thank you. David, yeah, I play football, then the in-laws, and then I think evening at Brothers. You're all good, man. I get it. I appreciate you guys, though. You gotta have family time, man. Seastrom, I think the check-in, the Aggies play on Friday. Might be watching that game and then the stream at the same time. Let's go. Aggies, man, they got to stay undefeated. Dahlia, welcome. How you doing tonight? Oh, I would totally buy, and I'm not a coach merch. There we go. Might be thinking about it. Let me see here. He's home free. Touchdown, Bills. Well, this game got a lot more. Yes, it did. Spin move and a touchdown. And we almost got a... actually, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add on the field goal for the Texans, so sorry. My bad. I apologize, Houston. My apologies. Houston with the return here across the 20 and down at the 25. Let me see. David almost makes up for a callback on the pick 6. Almost. Seastrom, holy cow. Bills come roaring back with a kick return, too. I think you missed the... I did. David, I appreciate you. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I got so caught up in the chat and then talking about next week that I was like, yeah, field goal. I'll get to it. And then Captain Holy Cow, Ray Davis just jumped right in there. Yes, he did. Quick throw to the left, and Mills able to connect with his receiver there for a gain of about 7 yards, down to the 32. All right, clock is running, 1:15. 2nd and 3. Houston does have all 3 of their timeouts here. And a throw over the middle, and Nico Collins catching it at the 48, withstood a hit. It looked like he was going to be free to run, but now he is slow to get up. He took a shot when he was catching that one. I think that's what stopped him from running it down the field, because he got loose. Might have got the wind knocked out of him. Still a big catch over the middle. It'll be a first down inside Bills territory. And they're going to go to a commercial break while they check on Nico Collins here. Captain injures Texans. Yep. Appreciate you, my man. Seastrom. But yeah, Aggies have probably the single biggest game of the year next Friday. First, we play Sanford this weekend. Yep. Playing TU and Austin to end the regular season. If we win, we're undefeated. Let's go, man. Because I think if you guys beat Sanford, right, you guys are basically guaranteed a playoff spot, right? Like, even no matter what happens against, I think it's Texas, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, right there. TU, Texas University. Also, I like what you did there. Lowercasing them. I respect the pettiness, my man. Nico Collins is hurt. Yes, he is, man. Yes, he is. Hopefully, just the wind got knocked out of him. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, we're still on the commercial break. We're not missing a thing. Yeah, let me check the All right, so the good news is Nico Collins is on the sidelines. He looks fine. I think they're telling him he needs to go to the blue tent, and he was just like, "No, I'm fine." But yeah, once they tell you you need to go to the blue tent. Oh, Cole Bishop. So he's the guy that laid the hit on Nico Collins. But on top of that, like I said, Nico looked like he was going to stay on his feet, but Cole Bishop was able to grab his foot. And it's going to be a catch by Schultz down to the 42. Picks up about 7 yards. The clock is going to keep running. Houston did use a timeout on the Collins injury, and now they use their second here to stop the clock. Let me see your captain. Nico did have an ankle injury, so he had limited practice yesterday. Gotcha. Seastrom, yeah, if we beat Sanford, we get a playoff spot guaranteed since we're either 11-1 or 12-0. There we go. Dude, the Aggies, man, they're having a heck of a season. All right, 2nd and 2. Mills has time, finds a man open to the 30, 25, to the 20, 15, 10, and taken down inside the 10-yard line. Did he step out of bounds? No, he did not. The clock is still running. The clock is still running, and the Texans are just taking their time getting to the line. If you're Christian Kirk, man, you got to get out of bounds on that play. I know you're trying to maximize the yardage. Okay, 16, 15, 14. Snap the ball. Come on, man. Throws to the end zone and out of bounds. 9 seconds left. The Houston Texans took 18 seconds from the end of the previous play to the snap of the ball, man. How do you take that long? You need to know, man. I'd rather have used the timeout, and then you're going to have 33 seconds inside the 10-yard line. That is terrible, terrible time management. You literally wasted at minimum 15 seconds that you could have had on the clock. Wow. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm missing some chats here. David, go, Pack, go. Dang right, baby. Let's go. Got to beat the Minnesota Vikings this week, man. Seastrom, oh my gosh, this game. You know, I would have thought they'd be good without Stroud, but Mills is doing all right. Mills is doing good, man. Mills is doing good. Captain, good job. Bill stopped him. I would not have thought. Yep, I got you. I got you. So right now, Houston, it looks like one of their tackles is down on the ground. So they're actually still going to have to burn a timeout, their final timeout. So that just, once again, another reason why you should have taken your timeout, stop the clock at 32 seconds inside the 10, and then you have basically you have 32 seconds to run 3 plays. Honestly, you could have probably run the ball and still gotten another play off and still kept it going. Once again, the time management on that previous play was just pretty horrendous, in my opinion. And like I said, they were not rushing to the line. They were just kind of walking. I'm like, what are you doing? Go, go, go. All right. 2nd and goal. Ball at the 8. Mills over the middle and touchdown. And it did not matter. But there is a flag. See what it is. Is it a holding penalty? It is on the Bills, so it will not count. Sorry, it will not count against the Texans, and the touchdown will stand. What the heck is going on? Over the last 3 minutes of this half, we've gotten a pick that almost was a pick six. We got a field goal. We've gotten a kick return for a touchdown, and now the Houston Texans score another touchdown in the second quarter. Wow. And the extra point is good. And I said it a couple minutes ago. The first team to 20 points, I think, would be the winner. See if that's true. Seastrom, holy cow, TD. I know, man. Holy cow. Did not expect that, man. Did not expect that. That was the rookie Jaden Higgins with a nice little catch down the left seam. David with a moo. The cows are mooing in Texas right now. They heard me talking shit about the scoring being dumb. Yep. They heard you, man. They're like, oh yeah, David? Oh yeah? Yeah? All right, how about this? Bam. Pick. Bam. Kick return for a touchdown. Passing touchdown. Look at that, man. Holy freaking cow, man. We've gotten a lot of freaking points. A lot of freaking points over the last 3.5 minutes. We still got 5 seconds left. What do you think? Can they return another touchdown? Nope. Alrighty. And Josh taking a knee. That's going to hurt me in fantasy. He loses about a yard. Come on, man. I might have been better off picking up a scraggler, a backup quarterback in fantasy this week, because it is not looking good for me. It's not looking good. And Captain Bills received the second half kick. Yes, they do. All right, man. We are at halftime. with the Texans on top 20-16 over the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, I made a huge big stink about the time management there by Houston, and they made me look foolish because it did not matter. They still scored a touchdown. Texans were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make Dave look like a jackass." Just what? The timeout's back. Yes, they are. Okay, I gotta look at the halftime stats here, man, because it was not looking great for either of the quarterbacks. Let's see what it's changed here. David, do you have a defense on your fantasy team? I have the Broncos and the Patriots. The Broncos are on a bye, so I went with the Patriots. I've actually gone with the Patriots the last couple of weeks. They have a really, really good schedule the rest of the season. The Broncos defense is they're a great defense. They're racking up sacks, but they don't get a whole lot of turnovers. So that's the biggest thing. And plus, their schedule is a little bit more difficult the rest of the week or the rest of the season. So, but yeah, the Patriots are my starting defense this week. What's the announcement you were talking? Okay, gotcha. so, so the plan this week was to do a regular 5 game streaming. Obviously tonight, 3 on Sunday, and then the one on Monday. So unfortunately for the channel, I'm only going to be doing 3 this week. We still will have one game on Sunday. It'll be the Packers and the Vikings, but I will not be doing the late afternoon or the Sunday night. Me and my family were doing our Thanksgiving on Sunday. I'm actually even going to be late to that because I think they're starting it like at 11. I'm not going to be there until like probably around 4 or 4:30. So I'll be late. I'll be having a lot of leftovers once I arrive. But yeah, man, I do want to spend some time with family. I have not really seen much of my family over the last couple months because between working my full time job, my part time job, and doing this, and this is not me complaining, by the way. But yeah, so I want to spend some time with the family, have some good food, and then but yeah, so we'll still get one game on Sunday for you guys, and then I'll be back on Monday, the very next day for Monday night. So that's the big announcement for this week. I it was last second too. I even already made the the scoreboards and the thumbnails for the last 2 games on Sunday. That's how last minute of this was. So honestly, I might even post those on the Patreon just to have them out there. Um, yeah, just so you know what those look like and stuff like that. So if you want to join, you can join the Patreon for free. I'm actually going to be doing a $1 tier as well on the Patreon. So yeah, so if you can either do the free and you can see those, or you can do the $1 one and see those as well if you want to support the channel a little bit more. But once again, not a requirement. But yeah, man. So that's the big announcement. But yeah, once again, to make up for that, next week we will be doing basically 7 games. And if I can get out of work on Friday, we will be doing 8 games next week. So kind of balances out a little bit. Let me see here. Dave, wait, Packers are 1 p.m. on Sunday. How are you going to do that with your family Thanksgiving? So my time they're at noon. I am going to be late to the Thanksgiving, but I do want to be able to make it there. It'll be an all day thing. So with the family, so I'll be fashionably late to Thanksgiving. Seastrom, hey, enjoy time with the family. Hey, I appreciate you, man. So yeah, I try to put out as much content, and like I said, I was not planning on it up until even yesterday. The plan was to still do 5 this week and all that, but hey, when plans come up, we got to do an audible. We got to adjust halftime adjustments. But yeah, but trust me, yeah, next week we're gonna be doing a lot more than just 5 games. So hopefully that balances out. I blame Canada also. Thumbs down. No, but for real, have fun with the fam. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you. Family celebrating before Thanksgiving. I mean, let's hope. Let's hope. Did the Bills? Oh, yeah, man. If anything, I blame Canada too, man. Those Canadians. I don't know what they did, but they did something. They did something. If anybody's watching from Canada, we're just joking. We're just joking. You're great. We appreciate you. We love the maple syrup. David, you should just go live at your family's Thanksgiving. LOL. Commentate at any family shenanigans. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Like you want to see some spin moves and some pick sixes, man. There's gonna be a lot of those, especially the little ones, dude. They're gonna be snatching all the gravy, everything. There's gonna be a lot of fumbles, some picks. Has the NFL said anything for the person that went to the tent during the first half for Buffalo? Are you talking about Dawkins, the lineman, or are we talking about Shakir? Shakir, I'm pretty sure, is back, and Dawkins has been back. I think he only missed a couple snaps for them. Let me see here. David, so my dad is working on his second cocoa. My sister is eating her fourth gingerbread cookie. No one touched their eggs nog in 5 minutes. Let me see here. What will we'll probably have some ponche potentially. My mom likes to make some punch. Um, we'll see. We'll see if somebody whips out the tequila, and then it'll get wild, man. My commentary might get wild after that, man. I'll be like drinking. I'll be like, yeah. So you know, we'll still probably be watching the games during that one. So I guess I could do commentary, but I don't know. It won't have any scoreboards or anything like that. So Dawkins, Kincaid. So Kincaid is out for the game. He didn't he didn't suit up, and then Dawkins, he's been back for a bit. I think he only missed like one series, one drive. Yeah, I'll probably be like the commentary will probably be like, all right, it looks like we got the 3-year-old trying to steal the mashed potatoes from the 5-year-old, and there she goes, and she goes unnoticed. She's going to the 5 to the 10, touchdown. Boom. 3-year-old scoring some mashed potatoes. All right, I'll probably be like, and my brother looks like he's sitting down. Looks like he's closing his eyes. He's about to go to sleep in 5, 3, 2, 1, and he is passed out for the rest of the night. See you. Yeah, and I'm not even joking. My brother, he will find ways to sneak away for a nap every single time. Every single time we get together, he will find some couch, some bed, some floor, some carpeted floor, and that dude will pass out just in the middle of the get together. He'll be out for like 45 minutes. It's hilarious. Yeah, let me know if you guys have anybody in your family that always seems to just like sneak away for like a 30 to 45-minute nap. Ba-ba-ba-ba. All right, let's look at the stats here, man. It's definitely changed. Might be in the favor of the Texans, surprisingly. All right. So looking at Josh Allen, he's 11 for 15, 88 yards, no touchdowns, and he has thrown obviously that interception just before the half. Cooks 7 for 75 and a touchdown. Ty Johnson, the leading receiver with 2 catches for 36 yards. So not great. Seastrom, my brother. There we go. It's always those brothers, man. Got to get the cat naps in. That's right, Dolly. Always, always find a way to get the cat naps in. David, I mean, I don't take a nap much anymore, but a couple times I did. Also, my brother has done that in the past. I bet Delia tries to sneak in a nap. I know, Delia might be organizing. She might be too busy. But I could see her probably nodding off on the couch, just kind of like those micro naps. Just like 60 seconds at a time. All right, looks like the third quarter will be starting up here in the next like 60 seconds or so, maybe. But yeah, dude, for the Bills, man, the leading receiver are their top 2 receivers in this game are their running backs, their backup running backs. Ty Johnson, 2 catches, 36 yards, and Gabe Davis, 1 for 22. Everybody else has either has 1 catch for 10 yards or less. It's not good. It's no good. Both of the Buffaloes that went to the Blue 10 are back in this game. Let's go, man. Yeah, they can't afford to lose any more guys, especially on offense. All right, so Davis Mills, 11 for 21, 122, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, man. He started out 1 for 8 in this game. Since then, he's gone 10 for 13 and 2 touchdowns. Woody Marks, the running back for the Texans, 8 for 44, so averaging about 5.5 yards per carry. Nico Collins, 3 for 55. Christian Kirk, 4 for 46 and a touchdown. And Jaden Higgins, 2 for 18 and a touchdown just before the half. So looking pretty good. All right, Bills catching it inside their own end zone. They're going to return it deep from inside their own end zone, and he's going to slip at the 20. Gabe Davis, man, trying to get another kick return here, and the turf got him. The turf got him. Dahlia, no way. I'm too busy eating all day and night. There we go. Yeah, man. When you're sleeping, you're not eating. Yeah, man. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers on that right side. Hand off to Cook, and he picks up a yard. LOL, Davis fell down on boom. I don't like. The turf got him, man. The turf monster. It'll get you. It'll get you. Also, the Texans, I think they put a little grease right there. They're like, no, we're not gonna let Gabe Davis return another one. Let's throw some coconut oil on the floor. All right, 2nd and 9. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver on that left side. Play action. Looking. Over the middle. Finds his tight end to the 30, 35, and down near the 39. And that's a 1st down for the Bills. Captain, they need McCole Hardman back. He really help them week 11 against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is Cole Hardman on the Bills? Let's see here. Oh yeah, he is. Okay, interesting. 1st and 10. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 tight end set. He's going to take off and run, and he picks up a yard down to the 40. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Yes, he's on IR though. Ooh, already got hurt. Dang. 2nd and 9. Hand off to Cook, and he's only going to pick up about 2 yards there. So third and 7 coming up. Yeah, the Texans are doing a heck of a job, man, against the running game. They are giving up about 10 yards per run for Cooks, man. But outside of 2 big runs, man, he's been pretty darn solid. All right, 3rd and 6, ball at the 43. Josh in the shotgun. Ty Johnson to his left. Pressure, and he gets out of a sack. Running to his left, running again. And he is going to be brought down for a sack back at the 24. And Josh has just been frustrated all night by this Texans defense, man. They have been getting pressure on him all freaking day. And that's Will Anderson with a sack. Actually, Will is the first guy that was able to get a hand on him. He broke that tackle, but then just kept pursuing Josh all the way down until he finally got him down. All right, Bills are going to punt this one away. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. No, it's not, man. Fair caught at the 31 for Houston. And the clock is stopped at 11:11 here in the 3rd quarter. Texans defense, man, coming up big. I think this O-line gave up that play before Josh did. Yes, oh, absolutely. Will Anderson, man, dude, he absolutely destroyed Brown, the right tackle. I think he was able to get pressure on Josh within, I think it was like 2.5 seconds. That's what kind of got Josh running around first. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. How many sacks has this offense given up? So coming into this game, the Bills offense has given up 20 sacks in 10 games, so about 2 sacks per game, and their sack rate is they're giving up about a little over 6% per dropback, which is about middle of the road here. All right. All right, guys, give me your predictions for the second half. What do you think? Do you think the Texans are going to start pulling away a little bit here. They're potentially looking like the better team right now. Their offense is scoring points. Their defense is doing a pretty good job so far. Or do you think Josh Allen is gonna eventually turn it into a Super Saiyan like he did last week and just go off? What do you think? David, I think we need a pick six. I think the lead flips three more times. All right. All right. I like it. So far I like in the predictions. Pick six. Couple changes in the leads. Let's hope it is, man. I agree. I agree with both of you. All right, looks like we're back, and the refs stopped the play here. They're marking somebody as eligible, number 57. All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 31. Mills under center. Play action, pressure, gets it out to Marks. Where's that Chubb? Either way, it's going to be a first down and a gain of 12 there on the screen to the left. And that is actually Nick Chubb, man, picking up some good yardage. I think Seastrom pieces out before the fourth quarter. Second 2-minute warning. Ooh. We do have a flag, though. We have a flag, apparently. Then Seastrom returns right after the zeros. Ooh. Seastrom, care to comment? All right, so that'll be first and 15. There was an eligible man downfield, so that previous first down catch is not going to count. And gets it out to his running back underneath, and Chubb is brought down for a loss of 1. Uh-oh. We have a Buffalo player down on the ground. That is Bernard holding his right elbow, and he is writhing in pain right now. Ooh. So yeah, no, the linebacker Bernard right now. Oh no! As he was trying to wrap up Chubb, Matt Milano comes in and he got basically Bernard's elbow got smashed in between Chubb and Milano. Oh dang! Seastrom is he's like, I feel attacked. I don't like to be put on the spot like this. How dare you? And Seastrom, you do what you got to do, my man. I never judge you. No judgment. I don't think there was judgment in that comment by David. You do what you got to do, my man. So yeah, right now we're on a commercial break while they tend to Bernard. Let me check if there's a. Yeah, so it looks like Bernard, once again, he got his elbow just kind of crunched in between two different players. David, there's always a little judgment for being a Cowboys fan, but he is the coolest Cowboy fan. All right, so Bernard is walking, but he's got two trainers with him, and one of them is actually holding his right arm. So not a good sign. That's so we got 2nd and 16, ball at the 25. Mills able to avoid a sack. He's going to take off and run, and he will pick up about 7 or 8 yards, but there is a flag, and I think it's going to be holding. And that is. Is that a hold? I guess. He did turn him, I guess. I want to say Cowboys fans get a bad rap, but then again, we have Scooter. Scooter catching strays on the stream here. 2nd and 26. It's going to be a run to the right. He's across the 20 and down to the 25. It's a heck of a run there by Woody Marks. Might have picked up about 9 or 10 there. Holy cow. And so it went from 2nd and 26 to now 3rd and 16. So a pickup of 10 yards there by the running back. Kind of a lame holding call, kind of. Yeah, it was kind of borderline. He did kind of turn Bosa, but I feel like Bosa was also trying to, kind of bend around him. So the screen there by the Texans not getting anything. There is a flag, but I think it's going to be on Houston, so they'll likely decline this one. There might have been a man ineligible down the field. And that's what it is. It will be declined, and it'll be a 4th down. All right, man. Even with Bernard, the captain of this Bills defense, even with him out, Bills able to do a pretty good job of stopping the Texans here on offense. All right. Townsend punting this one away. He's had a pretty good night. It looks like he's going to have another great night, able to push Gabe Davis all the way back inside his own 20, down and whoo! Sorry, that was actually Shakir on the return, and they tackled him at the 13. There is a flag on the punt. And that was actually the backup running back, Adair Ogunbowale. I do apologize immediately to that young man and his name, but I know he's a former Wisconsin Badger, so let's freaking go. And speaking of the Badgers, man, I went to Costco the other day, and there's always so many tempting things to buy, man. And one of them was a big round sign for the University of Wisconsin that has like neon on it. Oh man, I wanted to buy it so badly, but it was like $55, and it's not super. It's mostly plastic, to be honest with you. And I was just like, man, to be honest with you, it feels like $30. I would have bought it, but I was like almost $60. I'm like, and I thought about putting it somewhere around here. I might have put it kind of replacing this painting. If not, maybe I would have moved Cuddy, but I don't know. Kind of want to keep the Cutster on the stream. Holy cow, we got Texans Hawk Hogan on the sidelines here. He actually looks more like was it Animal from the Road Warriors? 1st and 10 after the penalty here inside their own 10-yard line, and that's where Buffalo is going to start. Hand off to Cooks. He's got some room, and he will pick up about 4, maybe 5 there on the first down run. All right, do we have any wrestling fans, man, in the chat? Anybody grew up in the 80s or 90s when it was WWF? All right, we got 2nd and 6, ball at the 14. Josh under center. Play action, roll into his right, pressure immediately, and that'll be incomplete, trying to get it out to the rookie Hewis. And from the looks of it, man, Hewis might have overtaken Dawson Knox, man, because I have not seen Knox in a while. All right, we got 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Bills. All right, Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right. Takes the snap, looking, pressured, and down he goes again, back at the 8-yard line. And oh boy, that is Delaney Hunter able to get just a little bit of Josh Allen's ankle to bring him down. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that interior of the Buffalo. Oh, jeez. On that play, the center and the right tackle ended up on their butts before the play even really got going. So 2 out of the 5 guys that were blocking for Josh Allen immediately hit the deck. Right now, Buffalo is being bullied at the line, and the punt is not a great one. Noel able to fair catch it at the 46. Seastrom, Texans defense taking over this game. Yes, they are, man. That front 7, dude, they are just absolutely manhandling the Bills' offensive line. Yeah, definitely not the game I should have started Josh Allen. I guarantee you, man, he's probably got like 3 points, maybe. I'm afraid to look. Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah, I definitely should have picked up somebody else. Should have picked up Jacoby Brissett. That's who I should have picked up this week. Whew. Oh, man. Get my butt whooped right now. So apparently during the commercial break, the Texans training staff is actually looking at one of the officials who got hurt on the previous play. Oh boy, man. Texans are taking out everybody, man. They're taking out Bills. They're taking out referees. And you know what? I respect it. Actually, there's no official word that the referee got hurt because of a Texan. I don't want to put that out there. But for the memes, 100%. Okay, we got Will Anderson just clotheslining referees. And that's the head referee, man. He's on the sidelines getting checked out by the Texans training staff. And yeah, the head referee is being taken out in a cart. Woo! Yeah, it looks like he injured that left ankle or that left knee. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Yeah, unable to put almost any pressure as he was taken off the field there by the trainers. So, all right, man. For the referees, man, they're gonna have to adjust. They're gonna have to. They can bring in somebody from the practice squad. There is no emergency quarterback that they can bring in. So, yeah, man, the referees are gonna have to adjust here. We'll see if they can put up some points without their captain. It's gonna be a run up the middle by Woody Marks. There picks up about 2 yards. And now we have an injured Buffalo Bill down on the ground. What the heck is Jesus? Everybody's going down in this game, man. Unbelievable. Look, I'm not going so far to say that they're even better than they were with Stroud, mainly because the defense is doing some heavy lifting here, but the Texans team looks miles better than last year. Very true. And that's actually the rookie corner there, Hairston. He is down on the ground. He was grabbing his helmet. So it might be a little bit of a potential concussion thing, but he is still down on the ground. Not something I thought I was going to say this year. 100%, man. I thought the Texans, I thought they could be competitive, but I did not think that their defense would look this good. David, what's the blue-red poster you have point from? The blue and red? You talking about this one here? Or this one? I'm assuming you're talking about this one, right? Okay. Either way, this one I got from basically my right here where I live. It's by a local artist. And then this one I got online a couple years ago. That's Kid Cudi. It's I believe that was the cover to Man on the Moon 3. The first one you pointed at with the dude. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this is Kid Cudi. This is his album cover for the Man on the Moon 3. It's really Kid Cudi is arguably my favorite artist, man. It's him and Frank Ocean. They're kind of go back and forth a little bit. Yeah, Kid Cudi. Like at this point, I'm pretty sure I have almost every single one of his albums. Even physically, I think I have at least 4 of his albums. It's tough to find them nowadays. You know, like especially this one. I tried to buy this one, and like the cheapest I found it was like $35, and I'm like, So, but yeah, man, I definitely recommend if you like a little bit of hip hop, you know, and it's very different. It's not very mainstream hip hop. It's more, it's one of those. It's kind of the kind of music where you want to put some headphones on and just chill too. It's very chill music to listen to. It's very atmospheric, in my opinion. So. Okay, that's very. He kind of looks like Cuba Gooding Jr. in his younger years. There, Cuba. Heck yeah, man. It's gonna be a handoff to the right, and he will pick up about 5 yards. So 3rd and 2 coming up. but yeah. Trying to think. Cuba Gooding Jr. Radio. That's a football movie, right? Sometimes controversial, but let me see here. And then Jerry Maguire. That's the other one. I knew there was one more with Cuba where he played, where it was about football. But yeah, show me the money, baby. Show me the money. That's hilarious, dude. Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah, and actually, it's so there we got another player down on the ground. That's why we're not talking about anything right now. It looks like it might have been the rookie Woody Marks is down, so not great. So just to kind of show you, it's actually not even blue. It's more of like a there's a lot of colors going on with that one. It's like a lot of like dark like space stuff, like dark blues, reds. And as you get closer to this side, it's very much more like psychedelic with like a little bit of pink and orange and some lighter blues. So so yeah, man. Cuddy he likes to do a lot of great stuff with his album covers. He's got a lot of crazy designs and some crazy colors as well. All right, so some injury updates. It looks like Bernard has a sling on that right arm, so likely not going to be coming back into this game. It's going to be a run up the middle, and that gets nothing for the Texans on 3rd and 2. So 4th down coming up for Houston. Nick Chubb. What's the first Kid Cudi song I should listen to? I would definitely go with some of his earlier stuff. So like Day and Night, Day and Night. That'll give you a good idea of like the kind of stuff that he sings about and the kind of vibe that he goes for. He's very like like Travis Scott. I don't know if you know who that is. He's very very much like that kind of generation of rappers. They got really really influenced by Kid Cudi. Um, so yeah, Day and Night is a great one. That whole album is actually pretty great to listen to, honestly. I'm trying to think here. Anything on the Man on the Moon series? There's Man on the Moon 1, Man on the Moon 2, and then Man on the Moon 3. Those are the songs, I should say, not albums, but yeah, the songs. Anytime those songs appear on an album, you know it's going to be a great one. Dude, this game is going to last until I know, man. We're still 5:55 left here in the third, and the Texans punt this one away. All right, we got Josh Allen coming back onto the field deep in his own territory. Steve, come on, Texans, don't lose this. Come on, you are not Atlanta. All right, this will be 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line. So Buffalo starting deep inside their own territory again. Hand off to Cooks, and he will get it down to the 11, maybe the 12. All right, we got 2nd and 6. Throw over the middle, and Shakir picks up about 4 yards. So 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bills. All right. 3rd and 3, ball at the 15. Josh alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers on that right side. Looking over the middle. Finds Khalil Shakir, who drops the ball. It might be a fumble. It's recovered by the Texans. And the official word, at least right now, that is a fumble recovered by the Texans. Wow. Bullock popping that one loose. And Bullock is also the guy that got the interception before the half. So now he has an interception and a forced fumble in this game. Dude, when it rains, it pours for the Texans. For the Bills here, man, they are getting their butts whooped. And they're only down by 4. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 22 of Buffalo. Davis Mills. It's going to be a run up the middle, and they're going to be just inside the 20 down near the 16. Let me see here. So one more song you could listen to from early Kid Cudi is a Soundtrack to My Life. It's another good one. Soundtrack to My Life. It's going to be a run to the right, and that'll pick up a yard. This defense just keeps steadily cranking up the difficulty on the Bills' offense. You can just see it going up in the real time. Yeah, man. And they're doing it with just consistently, man. All right, we got 3rd and 2, ball at the 14-yard line, handoff up the middle. And Mark's able to break a couple tackles and gets a first down. Woo! Wow, man. There's a guy in the backfield. He sidestepped him, got hit with about 2 yards left, and able to stay on his feet after that as well. That's a heck of an effort there by the rookie. So 1st and 10 from the 11. Another handoff. Marks, and he goes down right at the line. 2nd and 10 coming up. David, you can see it going up in real time. Bills got to rise to the occasion. They do, man. Like I said, they're only down by 4, but it just hasn't really looked good for them on defense or on offense, really. Luckily for them, the Texans really haven't been able to get themselves in scoring position until now. All right, Bills defense showing a lot of pressure. They got 6 guys on the line. 2nd and 10, and is this a false start or no? Delay of game on the Texans. Yeah, that's on Davis Mills right there, man. You cannot. It's better to burn a timeout here. All right, so 2nd and 15 now, back at their own 16-yard line. 5 receiver set, 3 to the right. Davis looking. He's got a man, and that goes incomplete. I don't know what the heck that throw was, man. He just got, weirdly enough, it looked like he'd lofted it, but it was still a low throw. Oh, that's why. It was batted at the line. Okay. All right. 3rd and very long coming up at the 16. They can get a first down if they can get it to the 1. But Mills looking, throws, gets it out to his receiver, and down near the 8, maybe the 7 there. It's still not going to be a first down, but it's going to be a very chip shot field goal. All right, Kaimi in for a 26-yard field goal attempt here. Try to give the Texans their biggest lead of the game, and it is right down the middle. Nope. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. All right. Texans have a 7-point lead here with 17 seconds left in the third quarter. You know what they say about chip shot field goals? Not as fancy as Sir Charles field goals. I'm not going to lie, my man. That one did kind of go over my head a little bit. But I know it's supposed to be funny. So I laughed because I think it's a good joke. It just went over my head. Chip shot field goals. Chip. Nope. And you don't have to explain it. You don't have to explain it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Chip is sometimes a nickname for people named. Ah, really? Did not know that. I legitimately a Chip. I did not. Okay. Chip. Look at that, man. The more you know, and you get that streaking star with the rainbows trailing. So some injury updates. Terrell Bernard, obviously out for the game with that elbow injury. Spencer Brown, the starting right tackle for the Bills, he's back in the game. And then Maxwell Harrison, he's being evaluated for a concussion. All right. Bills with the ball at the 35, 1st and 10. Texans pressure, down goes Josh Allen. Woo! And that was the safety, the linebacker, Henry 2020, bringing down Josh Allen for a loss of 10 back at the 25. Wow. And that is how you end a quarter right there, man. We head to the 4th with the Texans defense just absolutely just destroying the Bills offensive line right now, man. They have gotten to Josh Allen all freaking night. Yeah, my bro-in-law is the third, so it's Charles, GPA, Chuck, and then Chip in his lineage. Oh, holy cow. So Grandpa Charles, Papa Chuck, and Young Man Chip. There we go. Also, Chuck, such a good freaking name. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Young Man Chuck works. Grandpa Chuck, classic. Heck yeah. Does Josh Allen have any positive points for your fantasy? Is he a -2? So, luckily for me, luckily for me, slightly, sacks don't count against the quarterback. But Josh has less than 3.5 points. He has 4.88 points for the yardage. He has half a point for the 6 yards that he's run. But he has lost 2 points because of that interception. So he has less than 3.5 points for me. I'm hoping the Texans allow for a couple garbage TDs or just one. I'll take one garbage TD. But something tells me that's not going to be the case. This game is a little too close. All right, man. It is 9:45, and we just are about to start the fourth quarter. Hopefully, you guys don't have to work early. All right. 2nd and 18, ball at the 27. Josh looking, throws it underneath, and gets it out to Cooks. Pickup of about 4 there down near the 31. And the worst thing is the guy that I'm going up against has James Cook. So that completion actually made it worse for me. Unbelievable. All right. 3rd and 13, ball at the 32, actually. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressure, rolling out to his right, and he's going to take off and run. He's going to get the first down, and he slides right at the line. We'll see where they mark him. Again, this referee crew is actually working with one less guy. The head referee is actually out for the game. All right. It'll be 1st and 10 there for Josh. And the Bills offense, ball at the 45-yard line. Takes the snap. Throws to the right. He's got his man, and that'll pick up about 3 yards there. That is Gilliam, the backup running back, one of the backup running backs. The ball was at or just past the line when he slid. Yeah, Josh, I think he knew exactly where he needed to slide there. He didn't. I was a little worried he might have slid a little too early, but it was basically right on the marker. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 47. Josh under center. Hands it off to Cooks to the left. He's got some room. He's to the 50. Stiff arms. Gets a first down to the 40. To the 30. and down in near the 38, it looks like. Yeah, was able to break a tackle somewhere around midfield and then just kept it going, tiptoeing down the left sideline. Right, first and 10, ball at the 32, actually. Josh under center. Hands off to Cooks, and he will get it just inside the 30 down to the 29, gain of 3. All right, man. And Cooks in this game went over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. That is his third consecutive season with at least 1,000 yards. Second and 7. And it's going to be a nice gain of about 4 yards there for James Cook. Third and 3 coming up for the Bills, man. They're finally getting something going here on this drive. All right, third and 2, another handoff to Cooks. This one going to the left, and it gets stopped up after a gain of maybe 1. I mean, if you're the Bills, you got to go for it, right? Because a field goal only still makes it a touchdown deficit because it'll cut it down to 4 points instead of getting it down to 3. So yeah, like, all right, man, this is gonna be a huge play for either team, man. Fourth and 1, Josh handoff and nothing on that one. Loses 2 yards. Why would you run the ball? You have a quarterback. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and plus a guy that can scramble and run. You have to know that the Texans know that you're going to try to run the ball. Wow, dude. The Bills with their best drive of the entire second half. And they turn it over on downs in scoring position. Dang. That is wild. Holy cow, sorry. David, you said handoff to Cooks. So Cooks. Cooks. Sorry, man. It's so easy to just put that S at the end of Cook. You got me, man. You got me. I am a Cook denier, and I am all about Cooks. Let's check it out here. See, Seastrom. That's not good for the Bills, and my pick to win this game. I agree, man. I agree. Like, like I get it. Like, I completely get it. They've been getting to Josh all freaking game, but this drive is different. They haven't really been able to get to him on this drive. Just absolutely horrendous blocking. Josh Allen is hot on the sidelines, man. He was yelling not at Trubisky, but he was like yelling, saying like, "What are we doing?" Yeah. 1st and 10. I don't care how bad your offensive line or your quarterback might be playing. If your quarterback is Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, like one of the top quarterbacks over the last 5 years, you give him the ball. Simple as that. Because he can run as well. It's not like he's Peyton Manning, where it's like, yeah, Payne, if he doesn't find somebody to open, he's a sitting duck. Josh Allen is not a sitting duck. You always have that option to be able to run and buy some time. And I don't know. 2nd and 9. Mills, quick throw, and it goes in and out of the hands of his tight end. 3rd down coming up. David, I forgive you. I just want to point out that you get to sit in the got players named the wrong corner with me. Heck yeah, man. Do we have a handshake in the corner? Secret handshake? Or do we at least get one of those big giant cone heads? You know that says dunce in black. All right, 3rd and 9. Pressure. Mills throws it away, and that'll be 4th down coming up, and the Bills dialing up a pressure at the right time, man. Able to get Davis off of his game, and then forcing a quick 3-and-out here. Woo! That was Cole Bishop running right up the middle. There might be intentional grounding because there was not a single receiver anywhere near. And nothing. All right. If the Bills aren't going to win this, the least they could do is throw a pick six for me. No. That's only going to lose me more points. And that's like, literally, if he throws a pick, that's 2 points, minus 2 points, and that's actually like more than half of what I have right now. Unbelievable. All right, David, we have the cone heads and use them to do the secret. Oh, interesting. Okay, all right. I like it. All right, Bills have the ball back here. And they're going to take a commercial break here, so we're not missing a thing. Ooh. Let's see here. Yeah, right now the Bills have 131 yards rushing, and they've been held to less than 90 yards in the passing game. Less than 90, man. Let me see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So the Texans defense has been able to rack up four sacks, a bunch of pressure, an interception, and a fumble. All right. First and 10, ball at the 38. Josh, quick throw to the left. And that's going to be to Dawson Knox for a gain of about 5. Second and 5. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Take the snap. Pressure, and down he goes for the 5th time tonight, man. And it's going to be 3rd and long coming up here, dude. The tackles are getting beat like a freaking drum, dog. Whether it's Brown, the right tackle, or it's Dawkins. I mean, Dawkins just gave up. Literally, just the defender went right in between him. Dawkins dropped way too far back and then just let the defender get in front of him, cross his face, and get to Josh Allen. 3rd and 12. Pressure again, gets it out to Shakir. He's to the 40, breaks the tackle, and he's going to get a first down. He's going down the sideline. He's to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds. And a big play for the Buffalo Bills, and that keeps their hopes alive, and they are now within striking distance. Am I crazy or... Wow, dude. Holy freaking cow. Let me see here. Steve, the Texans defense performance today is 1-1. Tell us. There we go. I mean, that'd be. Oh, and Josh goes down for sack number 6. And that's the big man over the middle. Settle. Woo. And Settle said, settle down. Settle down. I got this. Jesus, dude. The center just got. Steve, you're right, man. It'd be nice if Dallas can kind of play like they did against the Raiders the rest of the season. That'd be huge for them. Has Josh been sacked more times than he has completions? It's a good question. 2nd and 15, quick throw to the left, and Shakir gets it down near the 20-yard line, so a gain of about 5 or 6. No. Josh has about 16 completions, 17 after that one. But he's been sacked 6 times in this game. That is, it's a lot. That's freaking a lot. And then Seastrom, holy cow, huge play, absolutely. It was such a big play that it threw me off that they were able to get down the field so much. All right, 3rd and 10, ball at the 20. Finally for the Bills, absolutely, man. 3rd and 10, pressure, and down. Able to somehow get the ball off. It's going to be incomplete. And 4th and 10 coming up here. So after that great play by Shakir, making 2 guys miss, the pressure able to get to Josh a couple times and force a 4th down here. Like, this is one of the worst offensive line performances I've seen this season. And it's like straight up on the offensive line. Like, and I want to give credit to the Texans. They have great players. They have a really damn good front seven, but this is the best I've ever seen them play so far this season. Prater's kick is right down the middle. We got 5:44 left in the game. Right, so Josh, 19 of 25. So he hasn't thrown a whole lot of incompletions. But man, dude, it has been rough. So yeah, right now Josh Allen has thrown for 183 yards. But when you account for the sacks, on the 6 sacks, they have lost 53 yards on 6 sacks. And the Bills still have more rushing yards than they do have passing yards. They have 130 yards passing, and they have 131 yards rushing. All right, man, it's getting down to it, man. A 4-point game here, man. If the Texans can get a couple first downs, they'll be able to escape with a win. But if it's another 3 and out, man, do you really want to give Josh Allen another crack at it, man? And to be fair to the Bills defense, man, they've only given up 3 points in this second half as well. They've been playing really well against this Houston offense. All right. Going to be caught inside the 5, return to the 15, to the 20. And Noel trying to reverse field a couple times, losing unnecessary yardage, and he will be tackled somewhere around the 20. To be honest with you, I think if Noel just kind of, when he was going to the left, I think if he would have just taken it up the field, he probably gets it around the 25. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 21. Mills under center. Single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Bills playing the run, play action. Davis Mills throws to the left, and he's got his man down near the 37-yard line. And that's the rookie Jaden Higgins. Working on the former All-Pro Tre'Davious White. Ooh. Able to keep the toes in, dragging that left foot. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Mills under center. Hands it off to the rookie, and that gets stopped up right at the line. 2nd and 10 coming up. Sorry, that was actually Nick Chubb on the carry. My bad. Sheesh. Oh, man. Speaking of offensive linemen getting beat, man, Howard just literally just got moved off to the side. That's why that play was blown up. 2nd and 10, Mills in the shotgun. Quick throw to the right, and he will get it out to, is that Higgins again for a nice gain of about 5. Stays in bounds, keeps the clock rolling. That was a heads-up play there by the rookie, man. He knew as soon as he caught it, he hit the deck right away to stay in bounds to try to keep the clock rolling. All right, clock is at 3:49, 3:48, 3:47, 3:46, 3:45, 3:44. Mills in the shotgun, running back to his right. Takes the snap, 3rd and 6, pressure, gets it out, and he is going to come up 2 yards shy of the first. That is caught by Noel, so it'll be 4th and 2. All right, man, and from the looks of it, the Bills are going to get the ball back down by 4 here. And Townsend punting this one, and it'll be caught on the bounce and returned near the 17-yard line by Shakir. 2:48 left in the game. Yeah, the last time we saw the Bills lose, it was that 30-13 beating by the Miami Dolphins. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 18. Josh in the shotgun. Quick throw, gets it out to Cooks, and he nearly able to break a tackle, picks up about 6 or 7 there. And that was a tackle by the, looks like by the safety Reed, able to make a tackle there, 1-on-1. Second and 4, Josh under center. Hands it off to Cook, and he picks up about 2, maybe 3, setting up a 3rd and short. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning, man. All right, Buffalo needs a touchdown. A field goal does nothing. So they got 2 minutes. They have all 3 of their timeouts, and they are down by 4. This Texans defense has just been all over Josh Allen, man. And you're probably hearing my throat, my voice kind of go here. I have not drank any water, and I think I ran out of freaking water in this house, so I got to go get some. All right, man. It's going to be a wild 2 minutes here. I don't know. Like, to me, I don't know, man. Like, I understand you run the ball because you would think that they're going to play the pass. and that maybe you can pick up a first down, maybe break off a big chunk. So I understand that, but I don't know, man. McDermott, he's been slightly conservative in his play calling over the last two drives. So I don't know. Let me know if you agree or you disagree. So from the looks of it, it looks like Spencer Brown, the starting right tackle for the Buffalo Bills, he was actually taken off of this final drive. Apparently, he's been dealing with a lot of pain. I don't know exactly what the injury is, but apparently they he bowed out for this one. He's trying to give them the best chance to win. So he's like, put in the backup, man. He's gonna be healthier. I can't do it anymore. So apparently that's what somebody is saying here. Yeah, because Ryan Van Denmark is in the game. All right, this is 3rd and 1. Obviously, fourth down territory for the Bills on this entire drive. So they got 2 plays to get a yard here. Steve, come on, Texans, don't blow this up. So it looks like they had to reset the play clock because it was running down. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on the right side. Quick throw, gets it out to Shakir. He breaks the tackle to the 30-35 and goes out of bounds near the 37. Clock is stopped at 1:55. That was a whew. Basically, Shakir was in the slot to the right side and then just went horizontal, basically running a flat route towards the right sidelines, able to break a tackle and then pick up the first down. So saying he stepped out at the 35, so 1st and 10. Underneath, Ty Johnson gets it to across the 40 and down to the 44. So a pickup of 9, 2nd and 1 coming up. Clock is running. 1:35 at the snap. Gets it out to his tight end, and that's another first down to the 46-yard line. Clock is at 1:23, 1:22, 1:21, 1:20. They have all 3 timeouts. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver to that left side. Looking, throws to the left, and that goes in and out of the hands. That was Elijah Moore, the former New York Jet. And right now, Osiris Torrance, the right guard for the Bills, he was a little slow to get up. Looks like he's favoring that right leg a little bit. So we'll see if the Texans attack that right side. Josh drops back, has some. Nope, he's gonna run out of time, and he's sacked. Down he goes, and the Bills are gonna have to use a timeout here, right on 3rd and long. I'm not exactly sure what Josh was doing, man. He literally just spun around in a circle inside the pocket. It's like you got to pick a side, man. You got to run. You can't just kind of like I understand he didn't know where the pressure was coming from, man, but you gotta. Whew. And that was a Denali Hunter there. My God, I can't even say his name. Dude, this game has been going on for a while. Okay, Hunter. Yeah, he was a former Viking. All right, we got 3rd and 20 back at the 37. Josh in the shotgun. Breaks the pocket. He's going to throw. No, he's brought down again. There is a flag in the backfield. I think it's going to be on the Bills for holding, and Josh is writhing in pain. Might be his wrist again. And to add insult to injury, it is a holding call on the Bills. And that'll be 4th down, 4th and very, very long. So it was actually the injury was not to the same left wrist. It's actually to his throwing wrist. Jesus. All right, 51 seconds. Bills used a timeout here. So this is 4th and 27, 5 receiver set. Throws it, and that's going to be Welsh. Oh, reverse. He's going to get the first down and more to the 40, to the 30, 25, and goes out of bounds. And Khalil Shakir catching the reverse, going to the right, and the Bills are still alive. Wow, dude. They picked up about 40 yards on that one. 4th and half a marathon. What is going on? Well, the Bills just converted a 4th and 27. Josh threw the ball to the receiver running a deep crossing route to the right, kind of towards the middle of the field. And then once he caught it, he basically lateraled it to Shakir, who was running underneath towards the right sideline. And instead of picking up, 27, he picked up closer to 42 yards, it looks like. And he went out of bounds too, so clock is stopped at 41 seconds. Houston did use a timeout here. They're trying to get their bearings. Dude, if the Bills come in and win this one when it looked like it was freaking over, absolutely freaking wild finish. 1st and 10, Josh in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. Cooks to his right. Looking, throws to the right, and caught! Oh my God, did he catch it? No, they're saying no, out of bounds. Gabe Davis nearly made an incredible catch over. Who is that? Is that Stingley? Oh, that's that left foot just out of bounds. Could not get the second one in. Otherwise, that would have been 1st and goal inside the 5. Seastrom, my goodness, 100%. You are correct, my man. 2nd and 10, ball at the 26. Quick throw to the left side, and Ty Johnson picks up about 9. And I think the Bills are going to use their second timeout here. And there's going to be about 28 seconds left. Dude, if the Bills score a touchdown, I'm going to be so freaking sad for the Texans defense because they played a heck of a game. A heck of a freaking game. Yeah, they sacked Josh Allen 8 times in this game. Twice on this drive. All right, we got 3rd and 1, ball at the 17-yard line. Josh in the shotgun, looks, and the ball is batted at the line, and it's 4th and 1, 24 seconds left. I mean, at this point, time is not really a factor. You just need the first down. And that is a heck of a play by Will Anderson. Able to disengage from the block and just jump up, and he nearly picked that one off. And again, the right tackle is the backup right now. All right, Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right, and it's going to be, is that a false start? It's a false start by the veteran left tackle Dawkins. A guy that has played a lot of football, man. A lot of football. And he just cost his team 5 yards, and now it's 4th and 6. All right, back at the 22. They need to get it to the 16. 24 seconds left. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right. Oh, boy. Pressure, throws it. Intercepted at the 9, and that is it. Even if it wasn't intercepted. Oh, there's a flag. Right now, Bullock has his 2nd interception. What is the call? From the looks of it, it might be on the Texans. It's on. Oh, no, it's on the Bills. Offensive PI, and it's over. Wow, man. It's picked, but there's a flag, and yep. And he, unfortunately for Josh, man, he had a wide open tight end running a shallow cross towards the left sidelines. I mean, if he hits him, not only is that a first down, he might freaking go into the end zone for the score. And that will be an interception. That is Bullock's 2nd interception of the game, and that is how it's going to end. Davis Mills takes a knee. And that's the final score, man. Holy freaking cow. That's a hell of a game by the Houston defense, man. All right, well, Buffalo's chances at the number 1 seed just took a major hit. And unless the Patriots or the Colts or the Broncos, unless those 3 teams just fall off a cliff over the final 6 weeks of the season, there is not going to be there's going to be a very slim chance for the Bills to try to get that number one seed, man. And there's even there might be even a lesser of a chance to be able to win the division at this point. David. All right. The Bills dropped to 7-4, and the Houston Texans are now over 500 after starting out the season 0-3. They have gone 6-2 over their last 8 games, man. 6-2. That is and they've done it with their backup quarterback Davis Mills at the helm over the last 3 games. Oh man. At the end of the day, man, the pressure by the Texans front seven, they forced that throw, man. They forced the throw there at the end. Josh missing his tight end, who was running, once again, a shallow cross towards the left sideline. If he hits him, it's a first down and a lot more. Because Bullock was driving on that ball. I had picked the Bills to win, so that's dumb. It is dumb. You know what's even dumber? Josh Allen only giving me 8 points in fantasy this son of a... Well, congratulations to the Houston Texans. They made Bills fans very sad today, and they made me very, very sad because not necessarily because they won, because they didn't let Josh score like 28 points. What the hell? The heck, man? That's rude. That's rude. Good job sticking around to the end. Seastrom, what a game. Heck yeah, man. Like this is, like once again, this game kind of started to get a little bit, it's starting to get a little bit boring maybe towards that second quarter, but holy freaking cow, man. The last 3.5 minutes of the second quarter, freaking wild. Interception, field goal, kick return for a touchdown. What else? And then the scoring touchdown by the Texans. And then, of course, the final quarter of this one, man. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, we only got a field goal from each team in the second half, but it felt like there was a lot more going on. So... All right, let's double check the final stats here. So Josh, rough night. 24 of 34, 253 through the air, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Josh ran for just 20 yards. James Cook's 17 carries for 116 yards and a touchdown. That was his touchdown was the opening score of the game. Khalil Shakir, 8 catches, 110 yards. Ty Johnson, 3 for 45. Jackson Hughes, 2 for 26. Not a single sack for the Bills defense, man. But the story is going to be very different when we talk about the Texans here. So Davis Mills, 16 of 30. He started out 1 for 8 on the day. So picked up a little bit. 153 through the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Woody Marks, 16 for 74. Nico Collins, 3 for 55. Christian Kirk, 5 for 54. Jaden Higgins, 4 for 38. And a touchdown. Christian Kirk also picked up a touchdown as well. And then finally, 2 sacks for Delaney Hunter. 2.5 sacks for Will Anderson Jr. Henry 2020 picked up a sack. Tim Settle with a sack. Derek Barnett with a sack. And then Mario Edwards with half a sack. And that is a total of 8 sacks for the Houston Texans in this game. Steve, Texans, you made Texas proud of you and that defense. No words can I say that will be enough for them, but thank you. Yeah, they played well, man. And then Kalen Bullock, man, you got to give a shout out. He might be the defensive MVP of this game. If it's not Will Anderson, for sure it's Kalen Bullock. Check this out. 5 tackles, 2 interceptions, both of them coming within the final 3.5 minutes of each half. Also, one set up the Texans for a field goal there at the end of the first half, and then the final one finishing it off, guaranteeing the win. But on top of that, also was able to force a fumble when it looked like the Bills might have picked up a big first down on third down. I think that was somewhere in the third quarter or maybe early fourth. But yeah, man, Kalen Bullock, man, forcing 3 turnovers in this game alone. It's a heck of a freaking play. Sorry, that's a heck of a player that made some great plays. Let me see here. I think that's basically it, man. The Bills, 5 of 16 on third down. The Texans, just 2 of 12. So neither offense playing very well on third down situations, man. Combined, they were 7 of 28 on third down. 7 of 28. That's some really good defense, in my opinion. There was a... let me see here. 9 punts, 15 penalties. The Texans with 39 tackles compared to the 23 for the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, and despite Josh throwing for 258, at the end, when you account for the sacks, the Bills only threw for 183 yards. So 70 yards lost on 8 sacks, man. 70 yards they lost on sacks. That is a heck of a performance by the Houston Texans, man. Whoever had them in fantasy is going to have a great freaking week. David, and one referee. Oh yeah, man, yeah, and even the referees were dealing with injuries, man. Both teams, I think, lost players at one point, and then the head referee for this game left sometime in the third quarter and did not come back. Had to be helped off the field and carted into the locker room. So, yeah, man, there was a lot of hard hits, a lot of bad injuries, and it was so bad that even the referees couldn't deal with it, man. Yeah, holy freaking cow, man! What a freaking game. Yeah, man, this was a fun game, man. Not a whole lot of scoring in the second half, but plenty of great defense, man. Plenty of turnovers, plenty of sacks. Actually, all of them were by the Texans. Yeah, man, holy freaking cow. What about you guys? What was your favorite play of this one, or what was the play that stood out to you? Yeah, right now the Texans, they are a perfect 3-0 with Davis Mills starting games. 3-0 with a backup. David, well, my favorite play would have been that pick six, but no. To be fair, I think the Texans got him back because that referee got taken out of the game. Karma, man. But honestly, hopefully the referee is okay, man. It did not look good, man. He could not put any kind of pressure on that left leg. Might have been a knee or an ankle injury, but no good. And yeah, and I don't want to bring this up because I don't necessarily think it might have mattered. Uh, maybe it would have, but the extra point by Prater that was missed, Instead of when the Bills scored on that 45-yard touchdown by Cook, instead of taking a 7-0 lead, Prater missed the extra point, and it was a 6-0 lead. And that extra point missed. It could have been the difference here. It would have been 20-3. They could have kicked a field goal instead of trying to go for it on that final play. So, once again, I don't think, like, to say that one play made the difference. Obviously, it played a factor. But I think at the end of the day, man, when you give up 8 sacks and turn the ball over 3 times, I think an extra point is the least of your worries. So, but yeah, man, that's another thing I completely forgot. I completely forgot that Matt Prater did miss that extra point. Good point about the extra. Man, I completely forgot about it, man. I got so lost in the sacks and the turnovers. I completely forgot about that, man. That literally took a point off the board. Man, that is tough, man. After literally, I think this might have last week might have been Josh's best performance in terms of fantasy, I should say, in terms of fantasy. And now he kind of pairs it with, I'm pretty sure, his worst performance this season. I don't think he's ever scored. I don't think he's scored less than, I think it was like 13 points for me. So, you know what? If it wasn't for him last week, I probably would have lost. So, you know what? Everybody else on my team better step it up this week. That's all I gotta say. And interesting thing. So the Bills started out 3-0 this season, while the Texans started at 0-3. And right now there is only a single game difference between these two teams. Like I said, the Texans have gone 6-2, and the Bills, since starting out 3-0, they have gone 4 for 4. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Holy cow, man. We still got 6 people watching. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to think here, man. What else can I talk about, man? The offensive line for the Bills, man. That is, they're gonna have to do something, man, because they are not gonna win a Super Bowl with that offensive line. Simple as that. And it's usually when an offensive line struggles, it's usually the tackles or maybe the interior line. This was everybody, dude. Everybody. I saw, like we talked about Brown. It was so bad for him. Granted, he was dealing with an injury, it looks like. But still, it was so bad that eventually he just left the game. Like he took himself out. It was that bad. Then Dawkins giving up a bunch of pressure. I think he gave up 2 or 3 sacks in this game. And on top of that, on that 4th and 6, when they needed to be able to just get a playoff, he gets a false start penalty, pushes them back to 4th and 6. You had the right guard literally ending up on the ground on I think 3 or 4 separate occasions. The left guard got just manhandled a couple times. I know the center gave up a sack at some point because Settle able to just kind of run right past him to bring down Josh Allen for a sack. Like everybody on this offensive line sucked. I'm sorry. And like that's easy for me to say on a couch. Like I weigh like 200 pounds less than these guys. So like I get it, but it does not change that they got their butt whooped consistently almost on every single snap. It was bad. So Steve, I think the Dolphins game was the worst for him, but this is up there. Might have been. The only reason that's why I said in terms of a fantasy standpoint, I think he's still I'm trying to remember what he gave me that week. I think he still got like 15 or 17 points for me because I think he ran for a touchdown in that game. So yeah, but like yeah, when it comes to like an actual like NFL real life game, the Miami game still might have been worse for sure. Um, but granted, he didn't score anything in this game. No rushing touchdown, no passing touchdown. Um, but yeah, but from a fantasy perspective, it was a rough game for Josh Allen. David, it's crazy how difficult the playoff picture in the AFC is shaping up this season. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna be wild. Um, let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the playoff picture at some point this week, and we'll definitely discuss it. Steve, I think the Bills' offense is like Eagles. They don't have one. Excuse me. Sorry. They don't have one. Gotcha. Sorry, it's freaking late. Sorry. They don't have one. Yeah, they don't. Man, dude, it's weird, man. Because like sometimes, like they ran the ball well in this game. It just was turnovers and sacks. That was making the difference. The sacks were getting them in bad position on second and third down, and then the turnovers were just killing any hope because like all I think all three, sorry, the first two turnovers came early on the drive. The interception got the Texans inside basically field goal range. The fumble also got them in field goal range, so there's 6 points right there. And then the final one was obviously the one to end it. So like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think if the Bills don't turn the ball over, even if they give up 8 sacks, I think it's, if they just don't turn the ball over inside their own territory, that is likely 6 points that you are not going to see the Texans make because the Bills defense played well. They only gave up 3 points in the second half. And like I said, one of them was because they got the ball basically already in field goal range on the fumble. So, yeah, and then again, the final one of the field goals was on the interception that they got the ball I think at the 21. So, right there, you take those 6 points away, it is a 19-17 victory for the Bills potentially. Let me see here, David. Your couch might be better protected than Josh at this point. Probably, man. I don't know. I think if you put, I think if you put Couch in the middle of that offensive line, you replace the center or the guard or both or whatever. I don't know, man. I think Settle is gonna have a tough time trying to push this bad boy over and getting to Josh Allen. Seastrom, you might be the only person here whose team is in the playoff picture. Really? No. Let me see here. David with the Chiefs. Oh yeah, they are not. Dang. I think they're the eighth seed, I guess, eighth or ninth seed. Cowboys still out of the playoff picture, but could be getting in there in the next week or two if they can get a couple wins in the division. Steve, yeah. Holy cow, man! It might be the case. Holy freaking cow! All right. You know what? Not too bad then. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that is freaking wild. Hmm. Seastrom bow down to the true AFC Lord, the New England Patriots. Well, I think the Colts are still above them. I think the Colts are I think the number one seed. Let's double check here. The number one seed in the AFC as of November 19th are the Denver Broncos. Oh boy. Steve Seastrom, I mean, let's just wait until last week and to see. Seastrom, you said bow down, and my first thought was you were going to say the Bears. Bears down. Bear down. Yeah, hopefully the Bears go down a couple times in the next couple weeks here, man. Can't believe the Bears are leading the NFC North at this point. It's not about the record at this point. It's about kicking the ponies off the top spot. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I respect it. I respect it. So yeah, so it looks like the Broncos have the number one seed only because they have a 6-2 record in the conference, while New England, who is not on a bye, are 5-2. But that could change. I think if the Patriots win this week, they will be 6-2, and they might be the number one seed. The Broncos are on a bye, so there we go. Seastrom, no, I mean bow down to the Bears. They're the number one in the division. All right, Seastrom, now you're fighting words. You want to go, man? Because I got Jack Johnson and Mike Tyson right here. All right. Actually, I don't want to punch the camera because this is the only one I have right now. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a wild finish to the year, man. Because like the Patriots have a favorable schedule. The Broncos, unfortunately, also have a favorable schedule, at least in terms of the opposing team's record. They do have a lot of divisional games, and those are just, in my opinion, those are kind of wild cards. To be honest with you, and then the Bears, the Packers, they go up against the Vikings twice. They go up against the Bears twice, and then they still have the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. So like the Packers, if they don't go over 500 on those games alone, they may miss the playoffs. If they go 2-3 or worse, there's a very good chance the Packers are not making the playoffs. And neither of those teams are like the Vikings. Yeah, they're not playing well, but that might just be a JJ McCarthy thing. And if JJ figures it out in the next couple of weeks, I could see the Vikings making it difficult on the Packers. The Bears have, they beat the Packers last year to finish off the season. They've looked good this season. And Detroit, it's always a kind of like a coin flip between the Packers and Detroit, especially late in the season. David, just that Seastrom, I will bring up how often the Cowboys have been in the NFC Championship. How dare you? How dare you? You mean not in my lifetime? Eh. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, and I'm not complaining. Packers have been in the NFC Championship game a lot in my lifetime, and it's been mostly heartbreak. That Seattle game, a couple San Francisco games, that Buccaneers game. What else? There's been so many that I know I'm forgetting one. Either way, not pretty. I don't like it. And then, Steve, I mean, Bears are just doing miracles at this point. If they beat the Steelers, it's written for them to win this division. Oh man, the only reason I say not yet is because I think the Bears, they've lost to the Vikings, they lost to Detroit. They did beat the Vikings, I think, What was it, last week, right? No, no, they lost. I'm trying to think here. Sorry. The Bears, no. The Bears lost to the Vikings in week one. That was the JJ comeback fourth quarter game. They got their butts whooped by Detroit, right? A couple of weeks ago or like a month ago. And then they beat the Vikings this past week. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, man. So far the Bears are 1-2 in the division. If the Packers can sweep them, that's going to be, I think, a long way towards whether the Bears are going to make the playoffs or not. They could still get in as probably like the sixth or seventh seed with those two losses to Green Bay, but they would have to, I think, beat Detroit to have a really good chance. Last week beat the Vikings. Yep, there we go. I wasn't sure. I was like trying to remember. I was like, did the Vikings win that one? But no, because right now they're talking about whether JJ is actually the answer at quarterback. And typically, they're not going to be talking about that if you're winning games, even if it's ugly. Yeah, we'll see if the Steelers have Aaron Rodgers. That's a big question too, because that can go a long way to see who's going to win that game. So you see here the Cowboys. They play the Eagles, right? That's going to be a big game. The Packers play the Vikings. That's going to be a massive game. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Who did the Chiefs play, or do they have a bye? I know the Chiefs play the Colts. Okay, so one of the top teams in the AFC. That's going to be a big, massive game for the Chiefs, man. They got to win that one. They have to win that one. Yeah, because right now they're sitting at 5-5. Hmm. Yeah, and the Ravens, they're 5-5. They're only a game behind the Steelers. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Yeah, dude, it's yeah. At this point, it's Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Texans, Jags, Colts, Ravens, and Steelers, and then finally Patriots and Bills. I know the Dolphins. I think they've won the last. They've won 3 out of the last 4, but I don't think there's going to be enough juice in that offense or that team to be able to make a playoff push. So yeah, it's basically a 2, 4, 7. It's basically a 10-team race in the AFC right now, and there's like 3 teams that may not make the playoffs. Obviously, I really want to see the Steelers without Rodgers. I want to see how bad they can look without him. Who knows, man? There might be an improvement, man. Mason Rudolph. He's not a terrible quarterback. He's not a great one, but I think he's one of the better backups in the NFL for sure. I think you can survive in the NFL if you have a good schedule. Not like a really not going up against the top defense. I think if you have a good soft schedule, I could see Mason Rudolph going 3-1, or even if it's a tough schedule, I think they can probably squeak out 2-2. David Peanut on railroad tracks, heart a flutter. Along comes a great big train. Choo choo, peanut butter, peanut butter. I don't know what that's from, but I like it. I will have to Google that. And then going to the NFC, I think it's a little bit maybe more muddled. So NFC East, I think is the Eagles to lose at this point. They're 8-2. The Cowboys are I would say they're behind them with a 4-5 record. They could be getting on a winning streak here. Commanders, I think their season is done. They've lost Jaden Daniels basically for the year. They're losing. They've lost 6 consecutive games. The Giants, obviously, just too many injuries, and they just fired their head coach. They're on a 5-game losing streak. The Bears, the Packers, the Lions are well in the playoff race. The Vikings are still technically not eliminated, but they're going to need to win some big games over the next couple of weeks if they want to stay that way. And then in the NFC South, it's a two team race: Buccaneers and Panthers. And then finally for the NFC West, it's Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. So we see 3, 5, 8, and technically 10 with the Cowboys. But if the Cowboys, I think if they lose 2 more games, I think the season is probably over for them. Yeah, dude, that NFC West. Rams 8-2, Seahawks 7-3, 49ers 7-4. Buccaneers 6-4, Panthers 6-5, and then Bears 7-3, Packers 6-3-1, and the Lions 6-4. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild finish in the NFC, man. There's a lot of teams that could take that number 1 spot. The Rams and the Eagles are obviously the favorites, but then the Seahawks, the Bears, Packers, and Buccaneers are only basically like a game and a half behind. Damn. All right. All right. I think that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Once we get to, and once again, we'll be doing one game on Sunday, and then I'll be back for Monday night. So only 3 games this week, but again, next week there is a chance that we're going to do at least 7 games, potentially an 8th on Friday, if we can get to that one. So it's going to be a lot of games next week, so be prepared for that, guys. So I'll catch you guys on Sunday for the Packers and Vikings game. Hopefully it's a win. Hopefully it doesn't ruin my Thanksgiving. But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Steve, Dallas hopes depends on their defense. 100%, my man. And then Seastrom, have a good one. Have a good one, dude. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. What a freaking game. Texans getting it done on Thursday night. They improved to 6-5, and they dropped the Bills to 7-4. And the Bills, man, they got to get healthy. They got to fix that offensive line if they want to be able to get a great push in the playoffs. Otherwise, it might be another early exit for them in the AFC. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you guys on Sunday for that one game, and then after that, Monday. So, once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Have a great night, guys.